heretics of the church.
Hmm.
All right, I can go play my game. Later, guys.
Guess I'll keep
So
eating my chili then.
you're all
We got the
you're
bad
all in
ending.
a cave, asleep, except for MPT and, I mean, technically not Shin either. Shin was doing his weird stuff. But I will need to rewind for Tig. So for Isk, rewind back to right after you were done with the bandit camp and you were trying to figure out what to do with Corey.
Mm-hmm.
Right when the Shin and Shin started freaking out about the gem because it started glowing and was running back, you started feeling a very odd, painful, burning sensation inside your body that you've never felt before. And almost immediately, you get rapid jolts of, for the lack of a better term, morphine shots. And you are high as a kite. And all pain goes away immediately. You're just like, woo, this is weird. But you lose the ability to say anything, and it's more of you just don't feel the need to. They take care of Corey. They notice there's something wrong with you. You can't really say anything, but it's okay. It's not really that big of a deal. They give you food, you sleep. Everything just feels different because you never felt these sensations before in this manner. After the first night, when you woke back up eventually, and Corey had come over to you trying to figure out what's wrong with you, she cast a spell. You're not really sure what it was because it's very hard for you to determine in your state of mind. Nothing happened. You're like, all right, still high as a kite, going through things. And then she cast another spell, and whatever it was that was suppressing what was happening to you goes away, and you start feeling that burning, painful sensation once more. But you're still okay with it. Your body doesn't seem to react too negatively. You're still completely high off your gourd, and you just kind of go with it. You move along. You don't really say anything. You're just kind of doing things as they are. Days pass. You guys are heading back to town. The burning sensations doesn't really change much. And as you're back into Amish town, and it was nighttime, I believe, everybody was getting ready to go to sleep again. There was a big commotion outside. And when that happened, your body, the paining sensation inside your body jolted to massive levels. And then you basically passed out. You come to in a cave. And around you is all your friends, or at least the companions you've been traveling with. Uh, the only odd thing that you've noticed right now, though, is that everybody's asleep except for Goldie. Goldie is sitting right in front of you, and she's has your hands in hers, or a hand of yours in hers, and she's looking at you with concern.
Sorry. I remember everything that's happened before then.
Yep.
Alright. How long has it been? What happened?
It's been a couple days. I don't really know what happened with you in particular, but the group has run into some problems. Are you okay?
I think I think so.
She looks
I
relieved.
I was in pain, but I don't think I am anymore.
Oh, yeah, you don't feel any pain at all.
Okay.
She nods. I think everybody would be relieved to hear that. It's been a rough couple days, and I'll let them tell you about that. But I'm just hoping that you are okay.
Uh, think so.
And on that, you fall back asleep.
Okay.
And now everybody can wake up at their leisure.
MPT saw everything.
Nope. MPT was also asleep.
Weird. I was about to ask, like, was Shin
What?
asleep? Because, like, that would have been weird.
Yes, Shin was also
Fucking
asleep.
magic.
Weird.
MPT can sleep?
Okay, so Shin wakes up, looks at MPT. The fuck?
But when you wake up, Shin, or you're not asleep, you're still in your trance. So you come out of your trance and MPT's not asleep.
Okay.
That's weird.
I guess the next thing I should ask is Isk and MPT right next to each other?
Isk is next to Matthias because Matthias had the orb last, yes?
Mm-hmm.
So at some point in the night, MPT would have noticed Isk there, but wouldn't have realized why. Or sorry, in the morning, since you guys basically passed out in the morning.
I mean, I never would have gave MPT commands to wake me up on if a magical Isk just suddenly appears.
Sure. So it's up to you whether or not MPT would have curled up next to Isk or not.
Oh, that's fine. Waking up, we'll go. Hey, there's a random Isk again.
Is this still asleep?
Nope, Isk, you can wake up on that.
Okay. And Isk noticed that Shin, everyone was asleep before?
Yes.
Okay. Alright. Oh. Hello, it's, apparently it has been a few days. Did something happen?
I shouldn't be the one to tell this.
Well, I guess if Matthias isn't going to, then Corey will start stirring, and see is can be like, "Oh, you're back. That's good. What happened to you?"
Back from where? Where did I go?
Orbville?
Yeah, you were like out of it for a long time, and then you turned into a red orb,
Huh.
and now you're you again.
Red orb.
Yeah, you're like a ball. Matthias was carrying you around.
This just looks like very, very confused, but is not like.
Yeah, we were also confused.
There was. Before I came to this place, there was an orb, but I was not the orb. This is very strange.
You've never turned into an orb before, I'm guessing?
No? Have you?
No. Sorry, Brett's making fun of me.
I'm not.
Close your ears.
I'm not. You sound like a gangster. Like, you see here?
Hi, Brett.
Close your ears. Put that headphone back on. Get out of here.
Just be like, Brent, I am trying here. Leave me alone.
Yeah,
Probably
I'm doing my
hearing
best.
the-
Brett doesn't play enough D&D to know how fucking hard it is, okay?
Brett's making you break character.
Probably hearing
Yeah.
the voices, Matthias would stir at that point.
Okay.
Nice, you take over while I have a breakdown.
Nala is also up and she's outside scouting out to see if anybody's been trying to find you guys.
Oh yeah, we're on the run. That's gonna
Oh,
be
yeah, we should-
important now.
Probably tell you that we're on the run.
Yeah, nobody said anything.
Sorry, that was out of character.
No, that was in character. I said it in her voice, so I guess that's happening.
MPT, go help Nella with scouting that out. I'll be freaking damned if another person turns into an orb while something's not actually watching it.
Matthias is gonna turn into a pumpkin.
It's gonna happen.
Oh no. Oh, you're back.
Hello, Matthias.
Hello.
Thank you for carrying the orb that apparently was me.
Wasn't about to leave you.
This still looks like they're processing something or just staring like a lot.
So usual.
Yep.
So not to interrupt your thought process, but we should probably tell you what's happened since you became an orb.
Yes.
Well,
How
I don't know,
much of
Matthias,
the
do you want
last-
to tell her?
How much of the last few days do you remember?
Well, I don't remember a lot. We were in the bandit camp. Corey was on the ground. I don't remember it as well after that. We were in different places, but there was something not right about me. And after that, the next thing I remember was being here. Did something else happen?
Yeah, I've never seen a high lizard folk before, but that was pretty, I'm sorry if you don't mind me saying, kind of funny.
Oh,
Yeah, there's been a lot that's happened since then. Because
did
we
you
met.
find another scale?
Did we find another scale, Corey?
No. Why are you saying that like that? What is this? What? My character has high insight, but I don't know what shit is upset about. Oh,
So just
making
a
you
brief
go to a
guide.
temple that we've already been to? Is that the deal?
We had to super sidetrack away from the temple that we had originally wanted to go to. I apparently messed up a word. Words are hard. You know, all these other things happen. The Amish town, city, place, village is no longer on the map.
Okay, now I'm remembering that Corey thinks all this stuff is her fault. Thank you. It took me a second.
As the
We,
color from Corey's scales drains from her face.
Yeah, Corey looks silently ashamed of herself and doesn't answer Shin's question.
Turns the
We
paler
may or
shade
may
of
not be
silver.
wanted in Volcarn now. We may or may not have sidetracked to a different temple while on the run simultaneously from guards from Volcarn. And
we
Nala
went to,
may or may not have actually helped us escape because Nala apparently has an in with the guards of Volcarn.
Why
Nala,
would-
how you doing out there?
Sinclair.
That was fucking adorable. Oh.
That was amazing.
Sorry, I kind of set that up for her.
Yes, I heard afterwards.
Entirely worth it. Why would Volcarn want to harm you? Did they
We're
not?
traitors. Traitors to
Yeah.
Bahamut.
There is corruption in the church, I think.
We're traitors to Bahamut.
We are certainly not. I look at Matthias.
Not
It
sure
was-
what's going on, but they They seem to think we are.
I tried to warn the temple about the problems with connecting with Bahamut, and they turned on us. And I believe that there is some kind of massive corruption happening. It kind of makes sense because I was surprised to hear Bahamut was sending people to war. So clearly, Bahamut's not giving the orders anymore.
I mean, it could have just been a misunderstanding. Some members of the church try to rise higher than their position. So, not saying either of you two do, looking at the cleric and the paladin, but it's happened before. And
Yes.
I'm just gonna say that it could have been that, and we could have been on the wrong end of that stick when all of the law stuff and all that quote unquote following the tenets of Bahamut came down from whatever above power is controlling that church in Volcarn.
I'd be more inclined to agree with you, except of what happened when I cast divination. It makes me more worried than just
Wasn't that
politics.
specifically like? I guess I wouldn't actually know out of game what was wrong with that or that. So no, because Goldie told us, right? Silent.
Goldie said when asked, "That's not Bahamut." You do remember that?
Well, we know in the no longer their town, place, city, village that whatever you divined there was not Bahamut. So something intercepted your divination, most likely. It can be possible.
It just I'm saying I think that and the thing with the church are connected.
Well, it could be that that's connected,
Maybe.
or it could be that someone in the church is using that to their advantage to gain more power.
I thought I
Yeah.
delved into the far spread answers here.
Matthias, give me. No, I don't even need to have you give a roll. You know, you've heard of that rule before, where people aren't allowed to commune with Bahamut in your time that you've dealt with the church. So you know that is legitimately a thing, and that's down where you were in Donna.
Yeah, the temple where I originally trained, it's against the rules to actually commune directly, so maybe
Then why is it in the spell book?
That would have been one, that would have been good to know. And two, what kind of backwards dimension is this?
the
Dimension?
high priest there was rather ambitious.
It's obviously a dimension where we are not familiar with all the rules.
Apparently,
They-
that is an interesting limitation. I never met a cleric that couldn't commune with their god, so
it's not
forgive
that,
me for not knowing.
Not that they can, it's just that at that temple it's against the rules. And
So
Also,
wait,
DM
hold on.
clarification for you, Matthias. You understand the concept communing, but you've never heard of the commune spell before.
So
Okay.
wait, stop. Turn back. Hold on. Matthias, you have never communed directly with Bahamut.
I have not.
Alright, well that's a thing to do after we fix whatever the fuck is going on with the sky.
How do you get your spells?
Yeah, I'm not sure how this works here because I'm not sure why I have magic if when I talk to Bahamut I get somebody
Matthias?
else.
Who do you get your spells from?
From Bahamut, of course.
How do you know? You can't even commune with him to get your spells. How do you know? Nala from outside says, I know, through his tummy!
That's adorable.
It's faith.
Although, I'm more inclined to question how the not so Holly name over there also gets her spells. Corey.
Well, I know where my magic used to come from. I'm honestly a little concerned myself. All I know is I pray to Bahamut, and then that's how my spells change every morning. Oh. The rest of it's lost on me, but I'm telling you, it's not making a lot of sense.
So
Also, I
have you
know
prayed for your
Bahamut
spells
brought
this
me
morning,
here,
both of you?
so Bahamut's got some power in this plane
Have
of
both of you already
existence.
prayed for your spells this morning?
Yes, yes, yes. Am I having trouble changing my spells out, Dungeon Master?
Deception versus perception.
Wait,
Unless you are
I
not-
don't know the answer.
Unless you are not trying to actually lie and you're asking as a player, Bex.
I'm straight up asking. I don't.
You haven't,
mean, like-
you basically passed out at the end of the night coming into the morning. You haven't had a chance to pray yet. Like, this is
Oh,
you
well,
waking
then-
up having passed out afterwards.
Then, no, but I could try. Is the answer to
Also,
that question.
by the way, Mr. DM, since I did have to trance, or since I was only trancing, whenever I was sleeping isn't affecting it, but at some point during the night, I removed my infusion from my breastplate to make another magic item,
Okay,
just out of the blue.
sure.
And I look over at Matthias and go, "You can see in the dark, right?"
Mm-hmm.
And then look over to Isk. "You're back, and I'm pretty sure you said something about being able to see in the dark through some means, right?"
Yes.
Okay. Nala, I think, is more scouty than you are. So here, I hand Corey a pair of goggles.
I'm guessing these let me see in the dark.
Maybe you could try it on. We're in a cave right now.
I try them on.
The ambient light source makes the cave not really that dark at this point because the sun's been up and it's been up for a couple hours.
Is this cave doesn't like go back very far? It's not
No,
like
it
a
goes
cave system.
It goes about 60 feet back. It's a very shallow cave.
I walk to the back of the cave and look at the back of the cave
I mean,
to try and figure out
seems
if it
to
works.
work. It's still very difficult to test it out, but it kind of seems to be okay. Like you can go up right against the wall and cover your hands, and you're like, I mean, I see the wall, so I think it's working.
That is extremely useful. Thank you. Adding goggles.
Also, I
night.
need to have a character question for you, Bex, because this is something I didn't realize as a DM. Does your character have a tail or not?
Yes, she does.
Okay, cool, great. Continue.
Anyway, poor Isk, we like moved on because us as players all know what happened. We're just like, bye.
It's okay. Out of character, I know what happened, so it's fine.
In character, Shin did exactly what Shin would do. He sidetracked
Yeah.
All good.
to things that he cares about more, his inventions.
Corey is definitely in flip out mode, so I apologize. I'm not doing the
fine.
best at explaining things. But Corey is gonna try and pray for her spells and see if it works.
So Corey's praying. What are the rest of you doing? Because that takes time.
I
Takes
drew
a minute.
what Isk is doing.
Thaddeus will probably pray for his spells too.
Okay.
Yeah, Isk
An-
will
anybody
commune with
else?
nature. Get their spells.
Trace the source back. Trace the source back. Completely not intending to interrupt their prayers, but like maybe interrupting their prayers.
Not how magic works.
Do the thing where you're like yelling in the back of the telephone call, like trying to talk to whoever's on the other end.
You mean the thing that Brett does every time we play D&D?
You can be like Brett.
So Corey, Matthias, and Isk are all doing their usual to get their spells back. And
Yes,
minute passes.
literally left Shin just standing there staring at all of them, so of course Shin's asking them to do stupid
Yeah.
shit.
It only takes 1 minute. It's not like it takes 15 minutes.
Yes! Have you ever just, been left by 3 people simultaneously as they all go and do their own thing? And you're just like, the fuck?
I mean, he did ask if they got their spells back yet, so
Yes,
Oh,
because
it's
there
like-
was more to that. Now he wasn't just expecting 3 people to just up and dip and go, all right, I'm getting my spells back now. Fuck all of
Back-
you too. Goes
back
out and
to-
says, what's up, Nala?
Never mind. Bex, Matthias, and Isk, you all get your spells back.
Well, that seemed to work.
I,
Weirdly, Shin is gone.
Actually, reverse that. Isk, you lose whichever circle Pass Without Trace is. You don't have one of those. You have everything else.
circle what?
You mean
Whatever
spell level-
Pass Without
spell
Trace
slot?
is. I forgot what spell slot it is. I call them
Second.
circles. Second. So you lose 1 second level spell slot.
I'll just put it in
It-
as already used.
Yeah, it's been spent for the day.
Yeah. All good.
Explain to me how NPT works.
I'm gonna be out there for a while, guys.
Yeah.
We'll,
Bye.
Well,
I guess.
we'll see you tomorrow, Shin.
That explanation starts.
Can I re-pray for my spells?
Yeah,
Uh-oh.
you're good.
Okay, good. I don't know that I actually want to change any of them, but Shin made me scared.
You know, that guy that just magically disappeared.
Unless I still have divination. I can probably unprep that one.
Sure, you
I
might
mean,
want that on
you don't
hand.
have to if you don't want to.
That might be useful.
If I want to bring Tiamat's wrath down upon us wherever we go.
Not us, but if
I
you
don't
do it-
mind if my players have divination. Smites
do
an
that-
entire fucking village.
Fucking liar.
We
That
might
we
be
just
fighting
saved.
something, and if we know that that's gonna happen, we run after you cast it, and they don't know what's coming.
I mean, it is fun though. You can honestly tell that Sai's getting more and more enthused about things that he wants to toss at us.
Clearly.
Maybe.
Okay, well now that my spells work, and I prepped a spell that I'm not sure I'm actually going to use, I will go back and keep explaining to Isk what happened while Isk was an orb
Thank you.
in montage format since we were all there. And Corey blames herself for a lot of shit while she's doing it.
Corey,
Oh.
no.
Matthias would probably help with the explanation and
Okay.
Where is Goldie in all this? Is there like a perception check I can roll for like where Goldie is? Because it's been
You-
very quiet.
You look around for Goldie. She's standing next to Corey.
Okay. Still very quiet for Goldie.
shit got super serial last session.
If you could see the facial expressions I'm making right now.
And then we ended up here.
The end.
The end.
We
Need to get
should
that perfect recall feat.
probably start traveling to the next temple, right?
Nala's gonna come back into the cave and basically say that we should get moving.
Let's go.
Alright, let's get moving.
And then each of his paws has like concentric gears that help the claws to retract and move, and basically. act
She's
as
already
like-
moved away from you, unless you're following her.
Yes, I was following her as I was explaining.
And now comes the question: which way are you going?
Looks
We're
like
on the-
Matthias.
Other side of the river out of Volcarn, right? The one that's where
Last you remember, you went east from Volcarn. Yes, over the river,
so kind of like roughly
Yep.
there.
roughly there. Yes.
Well, got the temple that was to the east of Farport, I believe. We can keep heading that way.
Yes.
Alright.
By the way, since we left specifically through Volcarn, we were around here on the map, I'm pretty sure, for the caves.
No, you did not go that far out.
Here on the map?
No, it was
Here
where
on the map?
It was where Matthias pinged. You had a night to get out there, roughly.
Okay.
We're still very close to Volcarn.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
are 8 hours out of Volcarn.
Alright.
Basically.
Alright.
So Matthias, we must go that way. I point southeast. Get going,
We need
survival person.
to travel stealthily.
No, we don't.
We don't? Aren't people looking for us?
I mean, who the frick's gonna find us at this point? If we travel stealthily, that'll just make us travel even slower. We need to
That's
travel at our normal
true.
pace so we can keep ahead.
I
Yeah.
can give you guys an hour of Pass Without Trace or an hour of Horses.
An hour of horses sounds really useful.
I can do that. Let's see.
It's just my opinion, but an hour of horses sounds really useful.
Hold on.
Yes.
I must check some specs on a certain individual of mine.
Yes.
You're like, does
Bye,
that run that fast?
MPT.
Okay, MPT can't keep up with the horse. Just letting you guys know.
Just throw him on a horse.
Yeah, can MPT just be like on a horse?
Does MPT weigh more than me?
Yes.
This is a
MPT weighs
magic.
quite a
This
bit.
is a magic horse, so it's not like a real horse. You're not injuring
I'm
a real
a
horse by
7
doing
foot
this.
tall person wearing made of dragon scales
Uh-huh.
and wearing heavy
Uh-huh.
armor. Are you sure
Yeah.
that he's heavier than me?
I think
Yes,
we
he's
can,
made out of pure fucking metal.
I think we can just continue to walk now.
I am imagining that exchange between Corey and Shin right now.
It's so good.
Uh,
I like look at Nala and I'm like, what about her? Like in my head, just like, who weighs more? Does MPT weigh more? Does Nala weigh more? Do I weigh more?
I go up to you and basically just say, "Excuse me," and then I try to pick you up, and it fails. And then I go up to MPT and try to pick MPT up, and it fails even harder. And then I go up to Nala and say, "Excuse me," again, and try to pick Nala up and go, "You know what? There's a theme here. I'm just fucking weak. Someone else with strength active do this shit."
I think it would be better to just get moving.
Yeah.
So,
Horses?
Yes, the horses is a great idea. I like that idea.
I
Alright.
thought we couldn't because MPT.
Hey, the cool
What's
part is
happening?
MPT moves faster than you guys, but the horses moves faster than MPT. So if we move at MPT's pace, we're still moving faster than we would normally travel.
Ah, okay, that makes perfect sense.
Yeah, I guess the question is, since it's not a real horse, it's a face spirit that takes the form of an animal, whether or not we can put MPT on a horse.
What's the spell? What's the spell?
Conjure animals.
Okay.
All right, does anyone have rope?
Yeah,
Probably do.
MPT?
probably.
I know you're a panther and you have some good grip. You can't just put your claws into a horse. So we're gonna need to tie you to a horse if we're gonna try to get this to work.
this. This,
Just
Just
this
for
should
an
be-
hour.
This should be
MPT
fun.
just gives me like that straight, nondescript, no emotion face because machine, obviously.
And cat too.
Yep.
So are you
So
going to
we're
try
gonna-
and put MPT on a horse?
Me, no, I can't pick MPT up.
That's why I said try.
No.
Can Nala?
Oh, Nala, Matthias, and I can probably do it between the three of us.
Correct.
Remember, I
No.
have already given a weight for MPT around 350-ish pounds.
Yes. That
Oh,
sounds
he
about right
hardly
to me.
weighs more than we do. Jeez.
But that does mean that Shin cannot pick him up.
I feel like a 350. I do think a 350-pound person could ride a real horse.
Oh, I could lift that by myself.
Yeah, I mean, I probably could too, but I'll let Matthias do it. He's the cowboy. He should be doing the tying and the lifting and the horse things.
Yeah.
So Dragonborn are also usually pretty thick. Based on Wiki,
THICC.
average 250 pounds, but I mean, you are female, which means you're generally lighter.
I am taller than most Dragonborn. I think the Dragonborn
So-
range is somewhere in the 6 feet, and I'm 7'2".
What
Just
I'm
pick
going
the
to
max of
say
Dragonborn
is,
height.
because MPT will always take any of your commands, you don't have to worry so much about him. You will have to worry about the horses. So, Isk, I need you to make an animal handling roll.
You got it. Straight animal handling.
Yes.
Straight up.
16.
You get MPT and the horses to cooperate with each other enough that you can finagle some rope on them to get them to settle. It looks really awkward, but it works.
It's
I
not gonna
imagine
look weird to
MPT's
anybody.
all of MPT's legs are just like splayed out
Yes,
on each
exactly.
side of the horse.
All right,
Nobody will
We
ask
can't waste
questions
time.
if we come across them.
You
we
think
can't
people will
waste
ask
time once
questions
Isk
if you come
casts.
across them.
Yeah, probably.
Well, they move at
Pretty
double
sure-
or walking speed, so they're riding horses.
Let's go.
16
Alright.
Let's
This
go.
can also just double the duration again by just casting again without actually losing the horses if it comes to it, people.
If you do it at like 59 minutes, does that work?
I mean, I'll
I
allow
think-
it.
yeah.
It'd be really annoying to force you guys to do that. I think it's fine.
Yeah, it would normally be that they disappear and you just make new ones, but I guess it would be same difference if it's the same animal.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Let's ride.
Alright.
Ride me!
All right, somebody make a survival.
Not me.
I guess I'm the one that keeps leading, so
I will assist.
I pointed you in the right direction.
Isk
Okay.
assists. As long as it's not north or south related.
I fall off my horse.
Unfortunately, it is south related. You understand how to get the general directions. Even you know that for some reason they're flipped around, and you've started to become used to this.
so
Okay.
advantage.
Did you just fucking say you fell off your horse?
Yes.
Why?
For this trip, I'm falling off my horse.
Why?
Do we need to tie him to the horse
Oh,
too?
no.
Oh wow!
Oh, boy. We're going to the coast way over there. How do you mark the map?
Okay.
Because we're
So,
going like all the way to the
That's a
coast.
1 and a 2.
Hopefully that's not immediate wrong direction because I pointed him in the correct direction from the map.
So you pointed him. You said it. You were like, "We need to go southeast and that way," and he's like, "Okay, got it." And he thinks you pointed the wrong way, and your guys are moving.
Oh, God damn it. Son of a bitch.
I'm having too much trouble trying to control and stay on my horse to be able to tell him it's the wrong way. This is too good.
So you start moving. Obviously, you guys got up really late, so I'm sure you ate before you left.
Yeah.
Lunch is kind of weird because lunchtime approaches, but you're already still full, so you can keep riding through it. And if you keep up the spell casting, you can go for 2 hours. Are you going to go more than 2 hours on the horses?
May want to turn around at some point before we waste all the horses going toward the coast.
Yeah, but we don't know that.
Yeah. Well, Isk will keep the horses around as long as we need them. We've got 3 total hours of horses.
I mean, my character would not discourage you from
Yeah.
continuing to cast horses, so
How hard do you run
Unless-
these horses? I don't think they have issues because they're a spell, so I don't think they're going to have the. Yeah,
We're not,
so
like,
I'm assuming you're
running
just
away
going to
from
run
anyone.
them. You're not going to. Are you going to double move them, or are you just going to have them walking?
I think we're doing normal because we're not like running away from anybody.
that
Yeah,
you're
but we
going.
are trying to get somewhere far away as quickly as possible.
True.
Yeah,
Where's that?
Like,
probably be moving as fast as we can with Shin almost falling off his horse.
yep.
So you will have to stop for Shin to get back on his horse, but that's pretty brief. But if you're gonna double move the horses the entire time.
Yeah, if we're trying to take advantage, we probably would.
Double time.
So how many hours are you gonna give him?
What, to me?
Yep,
Uh,
because you're the one who has the option for the more hours.
however long people want to use them, we're gonna go on foot after the time's up, so it's 3 hours.
Yep.
Okay.
I think we should move as fast as possible, as long as possible on these horses.
If we hit forest, we can stop using the horses and go on foot, though. Like if we hit a terrain
Yeah.
that the horses aren't good for.
Totally.
So you get basically 3 hours of horse movement, which is double what you guys normally trek at. And then you're double moving them. So you're quadrupling what you normally get. So in a span of 3 hours, you go about 12 hours on foot.
The wrong way.
Is there a temple out here? I don't have the map.
Let's see. So you went that way. So you're about that far.
Along the
And-
way, would I have noticed something that looks off from the way that I expect that we're moving?
Is Goldie looking like really disappointed in us the whole time?
I have high insight. You have to answer that question.
No, Goldie is hugging you, Corey. So you have an awkward time of trying to see what she's looking like right now. Even if you have her in front of you, she's being very quiet.
Yeah, that's unsurprising.
I mean, not really. You don't. It's hard for you to tell because this is not an area you're that used to. So you don't really have any good landmarks to kind of be like, we are totally off direction. Because all you had was basically Shin going, we need to go that way, which is southeast. And your read off of that is you pointed the wrong way. And I think you don't really understand which way you need to go, but that's okay. We'll get there.
Well,
Could you
I would have probably looked at the map at some point. I would imagine, would I at least have a general idea of...
Psh, you having a map.
We would have had to hit the river at some point, and I feel like if you were not hitting a river, that would be like a big warning sign you're going the wrong way.
Yeah, but he rolled a fucking 2, so
Also
this
keep
is
in
why I
mind,
switched to my real dice.
so what you have seen and what you have traveled so far, Matthias, southeast of Volcarn to hit that other branch of river would still take about 3 days of walking through because it took you 2 days to get to the first temple, which was not far off. It was basically down right here. So that was 2 days walking to there. So if you take 2 days over here, even to go straight from Volcarn, which is here, down to here, you're looking at 4 days. So even on a horseback, you've caught up to the time that you took to sleep, but you're still only looking at total 12 hours you've been riding. So it could be anywhere. You are somewhere on the plain. You know you were not going straight south because you would have hit the river. Absolutely. So you're going southeast or you're going east. And you think you're going southeast. You could be going east. You could be going southeast. You could also be going north. But you didn't roll that bad.
Okay.
There's no cities out east. I'm kind of curious what's out there.
Wasteland.
So after 12 hours, you lose the horses. You have to start walking again. And
Yep.
Well,
That
3 hours
is-
of 12 hours of travel.
well into the night by that time because you were
Oh.
up by about 10. And I'm sorry, math. It's 3 hours. So you're up by 10.
Yeah.
You had horses. You're at 1. So you're 1 in the afternoon.
It's nighttime.
It is not nighttime.
It is so late.
Sass. Take sass.
And you've lost the horses, but you can continue on foot, and you're all completely still fresh because none of you had to do anything. You just kind of made sure the horses were okay, except for Shin. He fell out on his ass.
Well,
I
We'll tie him
I
to the horse too.
healed him if
Actually,
he needed it.
so how many people are used to riding horses? As a
Yes,
dumb
yes.
question.
Yeah,
Yep,
Corey
that's good.
definitely is.
Corey, Shin is not.
Matthias
assume.
better say yes.
Is Matthias used to riding horses?
probably.
Okay. I'm going to say Nala is because of her training. So Shin, I need you to make me a Constitution check.
No.
Save. Constitution save. Sorry. It's probably the same for you.
Horse damage.
Wow. You're not used to it, but you're able to pick it up really quickly, and you're not sore from riding 3 hours straight hard. So you're all good. Everybody's fresh. You feel like you can walk another 12 hours at least.
That got us a good ways, so keep going on foot.
Oh, yeah, alright. Alright. I can look at the map finally. Look at the map.
Are you okay?
I wasn't struggling to stay on the horse the entire time at all. I swear. Good old map. Where are we at? Looking at map, looking at any landmarks I might notice.
Where did you get the map from? Remind the GM. Was it the one in the temple?
I got the map from that temple because
Yeah.
it had all the marks on it, and yeah.
So unfortunately, the map in the temple gives you a very general idea of the layout, but no specific landmarks, so you don't know where you are.
Mm. Wait,
I look
you
at
pick up a map
Matthias.
you picked up a map too in the bandit camp. I don't know how big of an area it covered.
Oh, that's not going to help him at all, because that's between Amish Town and Volcarn on the other side.
Well, we're lost.
I look at Matthias, look at the map, look back at Matthias, look back at the map, look at Matthias. I have no fucking clue where we are.
You've gone.
Well, guess we'll.
Do you want to do another survival roll?
Only if the GM lets you.
Right? I'm like just looking over at us. The fuck's a survival roll?
Out of character.
What?
Do I need to type it?
No, it's fine.
Oh, somebody's alarm's going off. That is annoying. Guess Matthias would look around and see if he can get his bearings after riding on the horse for so long.
Want to take a look at the map? I got a map! Shoves it. Damn it, I just tried emoting that, and I took my hand off my push-to-talk to try to emote it. Shoves the map in his face.
I mean, you can get an idea of where you are based on what's around you, but there aren't really many landmarks, and this is not an area you're that used to get your bearings from. So you know you're heading in a south or east somewhere roughly direction because of the sun and how you move yourself. But other than that, you're not sure where you are on that map.
Okay. Well, I'd make sure I'd at least be heading in the direction that Shin told me to at that point. Just
Okay.
check out the sun and make sure.
Yeah, go for it. Roll me another survival with the advantage.
Check out the sun and see where southeast is from that.
Okay.
That was better.
Nice.
And I said it was 1, so 3 to 4 hours pass, and you think you see some hills off to what you believe is the east, and you also think you see some smoke and other indications of a village.
Over to the east?
Just south of that.
Just
You
south
see the
of.
hills to the yeah. So you see the hills to the east, and then south of that you see indications of what look to be a village.
Looks like there might be a village over yonder.
Huh?
Pointed
Looks at
out.
my map. Looks at the village. That ain't on the map.
It might be a village that's a little small for that map.
Let's go invent something to put it on the map.
Or we could just ask them how far from where we are to Farport and keep moving.
Shin's eyes have lit up with the want to invent things.
Ay, ay, ay.
Don't know if we've got time to spend much time inventing.
Are you kidding me? I take a little pebble off the ground or even like a blade of grass and like flick my other finger and say, Matthias is a dum dum, and then hand Matthias a blade of grass, which repeats, Matthias is a dum dum to him. See? Invented. Blade of grass whispering.
It seems more like a magic than an invention.
Nah.
We're only unwelcome in Volcarn, correct?
And probably
Unless-
that village that is no longer there, but yeah.
Clerics have the ability to speak to each other over long distances, so I wouldn't think we should go to any large city.
Smaller towns might be okay, but there's a temple that might have a cleric, then we might want to steer clear for now.
Yeah.
So
Huskus defers to your guys' judgment.
Okay, well, if we're not going to the village, lead on to the temple there. Or are we going to the village so that we can ask for more details of things that we might need to find around here?
that might not be a bad idea.
You don't want to just try to go straight to the temple?
DM, would I have a rough idea of at least how far I think how long it should take us to get to Farport by walking?
From where you are right now.
Well, I'm assuming probably from Volcarn.
From Volcarn, yeah, you would know. It was, I want to say, oh, gotta do math. I hate you all. So,
It's what you get making this huge map.
1.5 to 2 weeks walking from Volcarn to Farport.
Got at least another good week and a half before we get there, so if not more, so it might not be a bad idea to stop by any small villages we come across the way, at least pick up supplies and find out
Eat
any
food
news we
that's
can
not
hear.
rations.
Yep.
I mean, I can be creating food for us, by the way, if we need that, but it's not any better than rations. So
I could hunt.
really,
I hunt all the time. That's where food comes from.
I want that to happen, but not right now.
Alright, well, I guess we're heading to the village then.
Let's go.
So, heading to the village.
Okay.
Lead on.
What they say 4 hours after that. so
Don't
like
get
5
us
o'clock.
lost on the way to the village there, V.
I mean, you could see it from here, so you're not going to get lost. So you start approaching the village, and as you get closer and closer, you will eventually notice it looks to be on what seems to be a lake, riverfront, and it's a pretty happening village. So there's people moving in and out. Not extremely bustling, but there's some activity. There aren't any walls, so it doesn't seem to be something that's attacked often.
Okay.
There, as you approach, there are what look to be some armed individuals near a pathway into what seems to be the gate or the entrance of said village. But there is no insignia on them. You can bypass them by going in the side of the village from which you are approaching, or you can head up to the pathway near the river and then enter in the village.
See those guards?
Yeah. Unless somebody stops me, I probably would just walk up the path and greet the guards.
Okay,
I
guess
think Corey would
I guess
probably
we're not hiding.
intuit that
That's
we
fine.
should go not straight up to some guards. That we should go around to the side of the village.
I mean, we don't
Yeah.
need to greet the guards. We can just walk in the village.
Or we could, I mean, it's not like a walled city, right? We can come in from any place.
Correct.
It's a
Why
pretty small
wouldn't
village,
we-
though, right?
It is not Amish town small. It is definitely looks like it houses probably 100 people.
This.
My poor invention left in Amish town.
What does my gut tell me? Can I make an insight check?
I would think that.
Your gut tells you that you're hungry.
Really? Bahamut says you're hungry.
I'd
I heard
imagine
divination
that.
gives you better results.
No, your gut tells you that it doesn't seem off. You don't feel like you're about to walk into something terrible.
Then if that's what my gut tells me, let's go.
I don't think that going in and sneaking into the town this size would do us any good. It would
I see no
raise
reason
more
to sneak in
suspicion.
when a guard can just turn around and see that there's new people in the village.
I just, yeah, okay, yeah, let's go.
Okay. So you are approaching from the pathway, yes?
Mhm.
Yes.
Okay. The guards nod at you, but don't seem to stop you.
Nod back. Just walk in.
One of them kind of looks at MPT for a few moments, but doesn't seem to say anything.
MPT just keeps following me.
Okay.
Iskall also nod at them.
Yep,
They
same.
both look at Isk very oddly, but then shrug.
Then Matthias is also hungry. He'd probably start looking for a place that sells food.
Okay. You
Yep.
will very quickly find one off the main path of this village.
Okay.
It the sign has a cup with some dark liquid in it and a small little pastry next to it.
Yum.
I think we can get ourselves something to eat here.
Corey is sticking close to Isk,
Okay.
just in case.
You were thinking correctly, because I was already thinking about that.
I am on racist patrol.
I was just thinking about how breakable everything in this place is probably going to be.
So you enter the building, I assume?
Yep.
You enter the building. It's late in the afternoon. It doesn't seem to be a tavern. It seems to be just more of an establishment for food. And there are people there sitting down and eating. And there looks to be a waitress that comes up and says, "How, folks? How may I help you?"
And
Oh, welcome to
Okay.
Horton's.
thank you. We've been traveling a little ways, and we're looking to fill our bellies.
Oh, travelers.
You said Hortons,
Good to
right? This
hear.
place is Hortons? Like
Yes.
Is
this
it the name of the town,
town
or the
is
name of the
Hortons?
establishment?
No, the establishment is called Horton's.
Gotcha.
Bex lost her voice when she asked that.
Because Corey thought about asking, and then I waited too long, so no.
So Bex had to overspeak Shin.
Well, how many
sorry,
people?
sorry.
There's. How many are we
It's
again?
5 of us.
It's 5. Okay.
6.
There's 6 of us.
Goldie.
Oh, Goldie.
Brutal. Brutal.
That was Bex, not Corey.
What? Kids stay free.
Well,
Well, why
there's.
don't you follow me?
Hmm.
She shows you over to a table, it seats 6 people, and she doesn't have. She says, "The special for tonight is." Ooh, I don't know off the top of my head.
Lentil soup.
It's maple soup.
Maple soup.
Are we in Canada? What is this?
And some pastries and a little bit of what we like to call coffee.
Mm,
We'll take 6.
yeah.
Gotcha. I'll be right back, eh?
Oh my god, we are in Canada.
we,
We went too far north.
we went very far north.
Don't you mean we went too far south?
Oh my god.
Oh wait, maybe it does follow us directions, and we did go too far south.
So the waitress heads into the back, and I mean, the establishment is, like I said, decently busy, but it's not crowded. There's a fair amount of murmur going out throughout the entire establishment. The smells are very nice. It seems to be a very good place to eat. There isn't a bar per sort, so there isn't any collection or alcoholic drinks, but you see an assortment of different people collected here. The usual humans, half elves, elves. A dragonborn. That's about it.
I was too busy being a smart aleck to Bex. Did you say the place is called Hortons or the village is called Hortons?
The place.
The place. Okay. I am going to get up and say, I'll be right back, guys.
Don't leave for too long.
Gotta
Better
check
be
out
back
how
in
this
an
kitchen
hour.
Works.
Did you just give me like a curfew?
Last time you said you were going to do that, you were gone for 2 days.
I will try to refrain from inventing something awesome for an
Where
hour.
are you going so we can come get you?
I'm going to see if I can find a map or the name of
Okay.
this village so I know where we're at.
I
At
was
that,
actually thinking about
the
doing that,
waitress
so thank
comes
you for
back and
taking care
starts
of it.
handing out some cups for everybody, and
Coffee.
small little pastry nuggets, no bigger than like a couple inches round.
Donut holes.
You could say that they are donut holes.
They are comically small in my hands and probably also Nala's.
I will be right back if you can just hold my drink and food deliver or just like get my food with theirs, and yeah, I'll be right back.
Okay.
Thanks,
And I
Jen.
head out. And after nodding to Corey,
All right. Where do you go?
looking for any type of like general store that might be in this village.
You could find one.
After finding one, I will walk in then. If it's open.
It is open. Yes.
Ding ding ding. Hello.
Oh, hi there. How can I help you?
Hi. A couple questions. First
Uh-huh.
off, would you happen to have a current map of the area?
Oh yeah, right over here.
Second question, what town are we actually in right now? Sorry.
Oh, this is called Winnipeg.
Hold on, I'm going north on this map. This map stops. I don't see it on the map. Going south. Oh, guys, we went too far.
We're in a little town.
Are we on the island?
All right. Thank you. And how much for the map?
Oh, the map's not for sale. Sorry,
Oh, would you?
because it's
Mind if
actually a map that's on the wall, so it doesn't look very portable.
How detailed does the map look?
It's actually pretty detailed.
How much of the area does the map cover?
It covers everywhere between Volcarn, Farport, Dark Harbor, and the right up to here.
All right. And where is this town on the map?
Right here.
Winnipeg. Okay.
Oh, we weren't going that far, of course. I thought we were going like due north.
Do you
Yeah, I
mind...
wanted to do that, Tig, especially now that I'm adding things into it and I'm trying to figure out the best way to do it.
Do you mind if I mean, I'll still pay you because honestly, I'm about to ask you if I could just like transcribe your map so I have some details of my own to go off of.
I'm not sure what you mean, eh?
I want to copy your map on a piece of paper of my own, a
Oh,
piece of parchment of my own.
sure. Go on ahead.
All right, thank you. I toss him a gold as payment.
Yeah, that's probably what I'm going to end up doing. I have it on my computer, so I should probably just start adding things as we go.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're transcribing the map. That takes... Are you using your map that you were given from the temple as a base?
Yeah, I'll fill in details on it.
Okay, sure. That will take you half an hour, I'd say.
Still within the time limit. I'm okay.
I'm gonna make
What
it
are the
by
rest of you
curfew.
doing while he's doing that?
Showing Isk how to, or trying to keep Isk eating like a person who's not drawing attention.
Good luck. I'm
And telling
already drawing.
telling them, oh no, telling them that they can eat however they want, except when we're in places where people might take
Except in
offense.
public.
So the
We're
waitress will
ashamed of
bring
you in
out-
public.
The waitress will bring out 5 bowls of soup,
Okay.
dark brown in color, and
was hoping.
plates with slices of ham on them, and some regular breading. Enjoy, folks. Hopefully your friend gets back before the soup gets too cold, eh?
Thank you.
You're welcome. And she moves off to another table and helps him out.
Isk waits for Corey to be distracted by the waitress.
Uh-oh. Fucking troublemaker.
She
you.
had that prepared.
I've been
that's
drawing
the
that for
best
like
part.
5 minutes.
He's been sitting there getting that all set up.
All right. Well, if I can't stop Isk from eating like that, I can give other people dirty looks when they give Isk dirty looks.
So when
Shit.
Isk does that, Goldie starts doing it.
Again, I've given up and I'm now just gonna dirty look people who give us dirty looks. You know what? Even better. I'm gonna do it too. Fuck this.
Matthias
So-
is just eating normally and just kind of chuckling at this.
So Corey
The
and
hot
Isk,
sauce
you'll
will
find that the
protect us.
soup is very sweet. And it seems to be the idea is that you cut it with the ham and the bread that was given to you.
If you eat it like a person, but we're eating like lizard folk, so
Food is food. take me another 5 minutes to draw something else, by which point I think Shin will probably be back.
Just
Oh no, he's gone.
eating like a normal person.
I assume Nala is too, just like looking at us like we're fucking nuts.
Weren't you
This is so
trying to
much.
not draw attention to yourselves?
Yeah, sometimes you gotta go with the flow.
Exclusive from the bowl, are we?
Yeah, remember this morning when we told you that people are, well, never mind. Corey
Oh,
thinks
I-
better of telling us this in public.
It's like, oh, I thought that was only
Would Corey think better of that?
Yes, Corey is very wise, thank you.
the wisdom to not shout it in the middle of a crowded room.
She's dumb, but she has common sense.
Isn't that the difference between intelligence and wisdom?
It is the common sense one.
Oh.
Has Goldie still been quiet the whole time?
No, I mean Goldie's stuffing her face with the soup and bread and ham.
This is interesting soup. Don't think I've had anything like this before.
Neither have I.
Interesting, yeah.
Do you not like it?
No, I'm agreeing with you. Carefully trying not to offend the people who live here.
Just kind of sounded like you might have thought it was interesting, but not too tasty.
I never said that. I don't know where you're getting that from.
Yes, I was just imagining things.
Must be. Must be. Yeah, smiles at him, which is probably a little scary.
But it's not Danica scary.
No.
Danica's very enthusiastic.
Yeah, Corey is a lot chiller than Danica.
I wonder if there's any information we can get around here.
Well, we should definitely
Is
ask
there? Oh, go for it.
where we are, at least. See how far we've gotten.
Isn't that what Shin went out to go find out?
Well, if he succeeds, then that's one less thing we need to ask, yeah.
Probably wouldn't be a bad idea to get some more probably rest here for the night and pick up some supplies for the trip in the morning.
So then what time is it?
It is going on 6 o'clock, so you still have some daylight.
Safer, but not as fast. Then if we keep traveling for a few hours first.
I wonder if there's a role to do any eavesdropping in here. If there's anything interesting other people are talking about.
That would be perception.
Let's do it.
Do it, Scout.
You guys can roll it too, maybe we all hear it.
True.
10. Someone
Alright.
should probably
See,
roll.
I'm gonna try and percept things. Oh, look at that one. Oh, dice. What have you done? Okay, well, it's just the one time.
We're average at listening.
I probably should have just
So
taken
you
the
guys
10.
can catch snippets of conversations, but for the most part, it seems to be people are just talking about their daily happenings, what's going on with their lives, what they're interested in doing, how the some people are talking about the fishing, but nothing that seems to really stand out to you all. There is one you catch of. Did you see those dragon birds over there? Yeah, they eat a little sloppily, but I mean, I guess that's just dragon birds, right?
Good thing I rolled a nat 1.
You didn't hear that.
Mm-mm.
I'd say about this time is when Matthias gets back, or not Matthias, Shin.
It's like, where did Matthias go?
Hey, hi, how are you? I see
What'd you find?
food was good. Oh, I'm famished. I could really eat first.
Yeah, eat,
Yeah.
eat.
Yeah, eat up.
There
Very
is no
good.
bowl in front of him, but
Hmm.
a couple minutes later, the waitress will have brought a bowl out for him and a slice of ham because she remembered him saying, "Hold the food," and she did.
Oh, so nice. There's no like
Thank
bar
you,
in
lady.
here, right?
There is no bar here.
I'm gonna nudge Matthias and be like, ask her if there's any news.
What news, you mean?
Like general, what's going on in the world?
Does the table look
Yep.
dirty or does it look decently clean?
Table's decently clean.
Like I can place a map on it and it won't just be covered in
actually,
maple
the
soup?
the table is dirty now because there's been a lot of slobbering that you're not aware of out of character or in character, but out of character.
This is my character looking at the table before he
Yes.
plops a map on it. If you
You
want
will
me to make a
see
check for
on
that,
the table. There's a lot of splatters all over the place that you don't think. How big's your map?
as big as whatever you handed me from the thing.
No, the map that you were given was the temple. It was on a wall. You weren't taking the wall with you. So whatever you
Oh,
transcribed it
no,
on,
just a normal piece of parchment thing. It
then
may
you
or may
can-
not be like 8.5 by 11. It might actually be like 8.5 by 14. We'll make it legal size for reasons.
So you can find it, or you can find a spot on the table that isn't slobbered. Yikes. So if I, just FYI, if I cut out, that's because our power just got.
Oh yikes! Was that?
Oh
That
no!
was thunder, yeah.
Uh-oh.
Hopefully it's
I
fine.
think- Hopefully.
Oh, yeah, because that's gonna hit you before it hits here.
Yeah.
Weird
But
weather.
yeah. So you can find a spot on the table. You can place the map and show people.
No, I think I'll just wait at this point and hold the map up after I'm done eating myself.
Okay.
But between bites of food, I will say, so we're in Winnipeg, and I have details to update you guys with about the map and directions.
Okay,
Awesome.
that's should be real helpful.
And I say that between bites of food.
So, opinions? Should we keep traveling or should we stay here for the night?
I'm not partial to either. It doesn't particularly matter to me. Do they have an inn here? No, they have a general store.
We could ask the waitress.
So if you're all waiting for the waitress to come by, you can flag her down. She comes in and out every couple of minutes, checking on people and refilling their drinks as necessary.
I
So,
glare at Matthias.
I glare at Matthias just because I don't know why Corey is glaring at Matthias.
What's
I'm expecting him to do something now.
what's the a glare for?
Talk to her.
Oh, are you interested in her? Do you wanna? Is she cute or
Nice.
something?
Who are you asking that to?
Matthias, obviously.
Not particularly. That's don't know why she's so insistent that I have to talk.
Have you
Glare
seen you?
some more.
You're this awesome figure of paladin, and I'm just like kind of like doing the whole sweep motion that would encompass his whole frame.
Or is
And
nodding vehemently.
Is Matthias trying to initiate some kind of courtship ritual?
thank you, Silent. Thank you for putting red dots on the map, so I no longer have to keep a pin of where the red dots are on the map. I also feel as if a massive fucking X should be through Amish Town right now.
I imagined it kind of like in Death Stranding, where there's just like the crater on the map where you can't go there anymore.
Mm.
When you fuck up real bad.
So as you guys are trying to figure out what to do, the waitress will stop by. How are you folks doing?
Hey, Matthias wanted to talk to you.
Oh, did he? She looks at Matthias.
We were wondering if
I'm
there
sorry.
was.
Actually, she's like, "Oh, did he?" And then she looks confused because she doesn't know who Matthias is.
As I'm saying that, I point to Matthias.
Okay, then she
That's
looks at
awesome.
Matthias.
We were wondering if there was a inn in this town.
Oh yeah, there's a nice one around the corner. Barton's.
Barton's.
Yeah.
Thank
I
you.
don't think it's full at the moment. Should have some rooms. You might have to go check though.
Guess we shall give that a check.
All right.
Thank
Well,
you.
thank you all, Condi. And then she walks away.
He also thinks you're pretty.
She pauses ever so slightly, but keeps moving.
I thought you had more to say to that than that, Matthias. I thought you were like interested in her or something.
That's. Don't know where you got that thought from.
Looks at Corey. Isn't that what that was? That's why you were
No.
glaring at him, right?
No? I just wanted him to
Hey.
do it.
See, you
Dude.
were interested in that.
Do what?
Talk to her.
Well, I misunderstood the situation intensely. I am sorry.
Yeah, but it went really well, so thanks for that, Shin.
I mean, Matthias did the talking.
Exactly.
I guess.
Exactly.
Nala shakes her head in frustration as she continues working.
Poor Nala.
Nala's missing out.
Oh, poor Noah. It's hella late there. That's a rough day.
Sucks.
If guys want to take care of want to finish up eating, I can go check and see if there's any rooms at that inn.
I would love to finish up eating, thank you. Would you like me to say anything to the waitress while you're gone?
I think I'm good. Unless Corey had something she wanted to say to her.
Isk looks bored. We should probably go.
The waitress will come back up and I hope you all enjoyed your meal at Horton's. That will be 5 silver, 1 copper, please.
Thais will give a gold.
Oh, well, thank you very much.
Keep the change. Thank you.
You filthy animal.
Big tip. That is a huge tip.
You know, I don't
Like
think
an
any of us.
800% tip.
Okay, I don't know about you, but I have no smaller denomination than gold right now.
That's the point.
Same.
Yeah, but then you said keep the change afterwards, so...
Yeah, exactly.
You will continue not to have any smaller denomination than gold, right?
Exactly.
She will give Matthias a bit of a look before she walks off.
Like a hey girl, hey kind of look,
Yes,
or
definitely a hey girl, hey kind of look.
I like that that's how that's read.
Corey's
I
gonna
should
ask Goldie if there's
mention-
anything she wants to do in town, I guess. No, go ahead.
I should mention that V and Silent are not the only ones that are capable of losing power right now. So just putting that out there.
You
Uh-oh.
guys also
Oh, this is
having
good.
weather?
Tulsa has it worse at the moment.
Really?
Oh yeah, it's a whole line that's going from like north of Tulsa all the way down.
Well, I
Oh,
wish
the-
you all
the dr-
much safety.
The drive home was fun. Like lightning literally bright enough to actually blind you for a second.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yikes, there's a lot of tornado warnings in Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Well, it's Oklahoma.
Yeah, it's kind of expected. So I didn't really bring it up until like the actual heard the rain pounding on the window behind me again.
Ooh. Well, hopefully everything stays okay.
Shin wolfs down the rest of his food fast and as tidily as possible, and then gets up so that he can leave with them.
Okay. And Thais will get up and start walking towards the end that was pointed out.
Okay. You will find it very easily. There is a older gentleman, elf, at what looks to be a bar. It's a very small bar. It's a 2-story building. The bar itself is very small. It seems to have a lot of rooms for people, obviously, to stay in. But it doesn't seem to be a traditional inn or a tavern where like a very large reception room. And he looks up as you walk in. He's like, "Howdy."
Howdy, sir. Just wondering if you had a few rooms available for us to stay the night.
Well, I think we got about 2. We had a couple guards come in. They decided to take the rest of them. Said they were looking for some people, but I didn't really press them, obviously. So yeah, we got a couple rooms for you.
2 isn't going to be enough for all of us. Sorry to waste
Yeah.
your time, sir.
Yeah, sorry about
Oh. Yeah, sorry. This is really the only inn we have in town. We don't generally get many people coming by.
It's all right. We're used to camping. I have to go get food real quick. Be right back.
Okay.
I think that was Miser saying that and not Shin. Well, sorry to waste your time, but thank you.
No
Yes.
problem.
Mm.
Sorry about
Walk
that.
up. It's all right. And walk out.
Okay.
Mhm.
I think it would be or after walking out of earshot and back with the group, saying, sounds like they've already gotten this way, so shouldn't stay too much longer in this town.
in Matthias's accent, "It's high time we leave this place."
And you're saying there
Oh,
some guards were in that end, so
let's get a couple more hours travel under our belts then, huh?
yep.
All right, make me a. I'm sorry. So I'm assuming you're all gonna start walking out of town. Yes.
Yep.
Okay. Now make me a survival. As you're walking out of town, Goldie squeezes your hand, Corey. Are we going to be okay, Auntie Corey?
We're gonna do our best.
I'm assuming Isk is going to help you.
Yes.
Go ahead and roll again. Nice.
Still a 15.
Yeah. So you head out of town and very quickly turn into hill country. So the trek is going to get a little more interesting as you're going up and down the land instead of just across it.
Okay.
And you only had about 3 to 4 hours worth, no, 3 hours, let's say, worth of travel left before the sun went down completely. And after that, it'd be a little bit harder for you to move around, but you still could.
More of us have night vision now. Can Corey talk to Goldie while we're traveling?
Yeah.
As the sun darkens, I just hold Nala's hand to help keep her going along the right path.
Ah.
Duh.
Damn right.
Is this going to be the Ford Jester thing going on?
Fordster.
Yep.
Just to say, while I was not fully aware that they were doing a love thing there, I could probably see that anyways, considering who's playing them. So yes, it can definitely be that.
Wow. Whoops.
Well, it's something that's basically been going on since pretty
Yeah,
early
but I
in
don't
the
know where
campaign.
they're at. I know he's already pointed out Larry's a bit behind. So, anyways, so Corey, you want to talk to Goldie? Absolutely.
Just real quick.
Real quick, she says.
I'll try. Unless you sidetrack me, I will try to be quick. I promise.
Me,
quick.
the DM, sidetrack you? Never.
Real quick.
I just
40 minutes later.
Yeah.
Sorry, go
I'm
ahead,
trying.
Bex.
I just have to ask her one thing. I'm
Uh-huh.
sorry. Yeah, Corey's going to look at Goldie at some point while we're traveling and we're kind of off on our own and just be like, "Can I ask you a question?
Of course, Auntie.
I'm not relying on you too much, am I?"
Why would you think that?
It's just a question.
No?
Okay. You know you can rely on me too, right?
I do. That's why
We're
I'm
a
very
team.
happy you're all here.
Yeah, we're all a team.
That's right. All a team for adventure.
Absolutely. You let me know if I lean on you too much, okay?
I will, Auntie. I will.
She gives her a high five.
She will
And
give
I'm
it back.
done. So fast.
She thinks. All right, so you're all moving through the night. How long do you go?
Probably only like maybe like 2-3 hours after nightfall.
Okay.
If we can find a spot where we can kind of hide again to camp.
Yep.
It's way easier now that you're in hill country.
You would imagine.
Roll me a survival.
Okay.
You find decent cover. Not great, but not terrible. If it rains, it might be annoying. and you have to make sure you're in a spot where it doesn't flood, but you don't think it's that season.
Okay. Yeah, should be able to camp here for the rest of the night. Should be far enough away to where we can get some sleep and still stay ahead of them.
Seems like a good idea.
All right. You set up the usual watch.
Mhm. Oh, Corey can actually help watch now. That she can see in the dark.
Yeah.
Yay!
All right. So what are your watch orders?
This will probably take first.
I'll go second.
As they are trying to decide watch orders, Shin just like puts an alarm spell around the camp.
Yes! Fuck yeah!
Alarms.
Making the appropriate exceptions for what needs to be allowed and not allowed.
Nice save.
And it will be non-audible.
Okay.
Whoa. Shit, my laptop's about to...
So it was Matthias. I'm sorry, what was the order again for the watch?
Matthias and Corey,
Okay.
Mhm.
and that's as far as we got, I think.
Okay.
Well, Shin could take the rest, right? If we do 4 hours.
Corey.
Theoretically.
Also keep in mind
Well, you
you're
two
in
would
the
have to
night a
split
bit
yours.
too. So you're 3 hours into the night, which means you're gonna have another 5 hours of darkness, and then it goes back into the daylight.
So we really only need about 2 watches.
Well, and you probably still need the same amount of people watching. You just don't have to worry about dark vision as much.
That's true. Well, us can take third, because otherwise they were going to turn into a animal with dark vision to get past that.
Well, and we have MPT. I think we'll be okay.
Okay. Corey, roll me 46.
MPT, keep watch throughout the night too.
And tell
Sorry,
me
did you say perception or 46?
4d6 and tell me the numbers
What
on
the
each
4
die.
numbers are? You got it. 4, 2, 4, 2.
Okay. Roll me perception.
After setting up alarm and telling MPT to help keep watch as well, which I can roll perception on any of those whenever you want. Shin,
Also, roll
Francis.
me fine. Roll me perception then. For MPT.
13.
Okay.
Damn.
MPT hears rustling in the area around you.
But it is not setting off the alarm.
It's not close enough.
Well, I told MPT to keep watch. If MPT is hearing rustling, MPT is going to wake me up.
Okay. So MPT tells you there's rustling around the area. Sounds like what could be animals.
I didn't give you the same thing as the alarm spell. I basically give MPT the same rules as an alarm spell at that point.
I don't know what that means.
As in, if it's just small animals or whatnot, that it's not going to be a hassle.
MPT is telling you it's large animals. It's not. It
large animals?
understands a rabbit is not something to wake you up with. It knows that this is something that sounds dangerous. It's been with you long enough that you've trained it to be like, if there's a fucking bear breathing down my neck, do something.
Gotcha. All right. I wake up and get my sword ready and look over to Corey and say,
Who has her warhammer out? Once she
say-
saw you get your sword out.
Okay.
and tell her there is something large in the forest. We might want to wake the others.
God. All right.
Yep.
Maybe.
All right. Everybody initiative.
Ah.
But they're awake, right? We woke them up.
Nope.
Damn. This is how fucking 2 died, guys.
It's fine, just make enough noise.
Oh.
My streak of rolling shit per initiative continues.
Oh no.
Dude, I'm telling you, this roller is an asshole.
That makes sense for the people who are asleep to have bad initiative.
Yeah, well, yeah, RP wise.
So what is MPT's on yours as well, right, Shen?
Oh yeah. MPT just moves at the end of my turn.
Yeah. Okay. So
Nala needs a number, or she's gonna be.
Nala will not get a number just because I'm
Okay.
not going to try and
Yeah.
juggle her as well. And there.
Not let's
A
stay sleeping.
protective bubble of Bahamut magic surrounds her.
She's fine. She
All right,
sleeps
Corey?
through it.
You're up. What do you do?
Oh, geez. I don't see anything?
Nope. You do not see anything at the moment.
I go to wake up Matthias.
Okay. Matthias, make a Constitution save. Matthias
Wow.
is awake, but he will not go until next turn.
Wake up. I think there's something coming.
And
Okay.
you have a bonus action if you want to do anything.
Oh, yeah, huh? I have bonus action spells that actually work. I'm so used to playing classes that don't have any bonus action economy whatsoever. I'm going to cast Divine Favor on myself.
Okay. Anything
It
else?
gives me radiant damage if I hit with my warhammer. No, that's it. I will
Right.
stand in front of Isk, who I did not. I'll use my movement to stand in front of Isk so that if something
Okay.
comes at them, I'm close by.
Shin, what do you do?
Is MPT still looking in the direction of where the noise is coming from, or no?
It's having well, what'd you roll? No, you rolled pretty good. Yes, it's looking in the direction.
I will use my action for a perception check to try to pinpoint more clear in that direction as well.
Okay.
And
Go for it.
okay, 1 second.
Okay. You see what looks to be gray fur in the night. Relatively close.
As a bonus action, I will tell MPT to charge down that gray fur.
Okay. Can it see through your senses?
Not specifically, no. Was just hoping for enough detail of my own to give it to when it gets close enough, it will just be able to attack.
Does it have dark vision as well?
Yup.
Okay. Roll me 4d6. Oh wow, straight even. It misses. It doesn't go quite in the right direction, but then sees it and moves and is able to make an attack.
All right, this is gonna be at a higher plus than what it's showing because the whole
Uh
thing
huh.
still doesn't modify.
Uh huh.
I can copy it if you want.
It's fine. Just giving you shit. You know that. MPT also would have let you know that it's hears multiple, but it was only really able to kind of get a good beat on one of them, which you think is this one. Okay. Right. So did it. Okay, so it rolled out again, so I have to add them, right? All right, well, wolf goes down. So MPT just tears the wolf a new asshole, and it just drops.
Okay then, guys, we're dealing with wolves.
Anything else?
Nope, that's all my stuff.
Isk, make a perception roll.
Okay.
Yeah, make a con as well. Con save.
Con save. You got it.
You're awake, but you can't do anything this turn.
Sure.
Matthias is awake, but can't do anything. You can gather yourself is about the best you can do. So you can like grab a weapon, and that's about it.
Okay.
Mhm.
I'll probably gather myself, pick up my sword and shield, and get ready to do something next turn then.
And then the wolves attack. So
And
your head
Corey.
starts ringing as a bunch of furry creatures jump into your alarm spell, Miser.
Yeah, I knew that was gonna happen.
One of them will jump NPT. And make. What do we got? Two of them will jump NPT. Sorry. And the first one. No, I think they would both do it. So. Does a 16 hit?
Yes.
It needs to make a DC 11 strength save.
Oh no.
It makes it.
Eh.
So 5 points of piercing damage to it.
Okay.
And then the second attack hits again, make a save again. It is prone.
All right.
And it takes another 5 points of piercing damage. And then 2 will jump. Let's see. So it's Corey. We'll say Corey and Matthias and Shins. I will roll 1d6. Corey, Matthias. It's Shin. 2 will jump you, Shin.
Makes sense. I had wanted to say I moved a bit closer to the edge of my alarm anyways.
Yeah. Does 10 hit you?
10 does not.
Okay. And the second one will hit you. DC 11 strength check, please.
Was it a nat 20?
What do you? Oh, that was a 19 on the die.
Shin will react with shield.
Oh. What's your AC after shield?
That would be 21.
No, still hits. It's 23.
Okay. 19 on the die. I thought, okay, never mind.
Yeah,
All
19 on the
mistake.
die
Yeah.
itself. That's why I was like, I don't think you can get above 23 AC. So
No worries. I'll cast it anyways.
that's fine. You try to throw out the barrier, but it ducks underneath and it catches you by your foot. I need you
Okay.
to make a DC save or a strength save.
Yeah, that's not gonna go well. It went
Nope.
well.
But you
Yay.
still take 10 points of
Congrats.
piercing damage.
Ow.
10.
I rolled max. Pretty good.
Rough.
Just lucky I didn't roll
close-
max on a crit. And
How
that's their
close
turn.
is everybody to Matthias?
That's up to them.
Well, I'm near the edge of my alarm, so not close.
Okay.
Corey, your turn. You see 2 wolves nearby. The other 2 you can't see because they're fighting NPT.
Am I in range to get up on the one that's on Shin?
Easy.
Cool. I'm gonna hit it with my warhammer.
Go for it.
That is a. Oh, sorry, my shit is all fucked up now that my laptop is charging.
Uh-huh.
This is a +6, 18 to hit.
Yep, that hits.
Does D8 and a D4 of radiant damage. One. Jesus Christ. So 6 points of damage.
Okay. It's still up. Bloodied, but
And
still up.
I will also cast Spiritual Weapon.
Okay.
Because why the fuck not?
Sure.
Which is not concentration, I'm pretty sure.
It is not.
And I will also hit the same one again with my Spiritual Weapon, which
Go
is a
for
giant
it.
dragon.
Roll your attack.
That is a 19 to hit.
Yep, 2 damage.
So that's not great. D8. That's an 8, so that's a total of 12 damage.
It's down.
Excellent. Just the
Second
way
wolf
I like it.
yelps in pain and as it goes down. Shin, is your turn again.
I will try to take out the other one near me.
Go for it. You
Okay.
destroy it.
Do I have enough move to move closer to MPT to help MPT take out one of the ones on it?
How much move do you have?
30.
No. You get closer, but not close enough. It is 40 feet away from you.
Alright, bonus action, I will have MPT attack again as well.
MPT has to get back up. It was prone.
Oh, right, I also need, no I didn't.
You made
MPT
yours.
takes half its movement to stand up, and then attacks. I think that's
Great.
still prone rules.
I think that you are correct. I will double check that while you can go ahead and make your attack.
So the damage doesn't change, but the roll is supposed to technically be higher, but it hasn't had to be higher yet.
Yeah, half your speed to stand up. All right. It obliterates another creature. No, sorry. I'm looking at the damage. Nope, it's still alive.
Then I will channel. If I have it. Do I have that still? I can't see that I have that, so I'm gonna say I don't channel that because I don't know about it.
Okay.
Sorry.
Great.
That's why they got rid of Arcane Weapon. Because they brought back Arcane Weapon but got rid of the Arcane Jolt. What the fuck is Wizards doing?
Isk, it's your turn.
I was about to say, I was like, I thought there might not be any wolves left by the time that it got to be Isk's turn. Isk can talk to animals.
Okay.
Are they making any noises? Would there be anything that Isk can understand? Being very quiet.
So when you can talk to animals, do you have the spell up? Is it a spell? Like, how does it? Is it just always active?
Yeah, it's always active. It's part of Circle of the Shepherd.
Okay, so at this point, you can hear that they are saying to each other, "Run."
Does sound like everyone has it under control. I'll just grab it for you and paste it into chat too. Chat. Let's grab their weapon. So they'd be getting up.
Huh.
How many are left, or how many would be visible up close?
You make a perception check.
I don't really know totally what's happening right now.
No.
24.
You can see 2 of them fighting MPT.
Okay. Well, try some diplomacy.
Go for it.
Yeah, it's my 0 deception, 0 persuasion.
You're
I
gonna
guess
have
this would-
diplomacy at disadvantage because they are still fighting.
That's fine. Riska's okay with fighting the like corrupted monster things, but we'll probably get in the middle of an animal fight. I guess they would move closer. Is it 30 feet away? Less than 30?
They're
just since
40
we don't-
feet. They're let's say they're 50 feet away from you.
Okay. Isk will move 25 feet closer to
Uh-huh.
be slightly in range. And try telling them, stop fighting. Why are you fighting?
Okay, so you all get to see Isk stand up, walk towards the wolves, and just start barking and growling at them.
God. This reminds me of the parcel tongue scene in Harry Potter. We're like all interpreting it that now she's on the wolves' side or some bullshit.
Sorry, no, it says Sylvan, so we're gonna change. We're gonna flip that back. It's gonna be a light, airy, very melodic sounding language that only those who understand Sylvan can understand.
I can't understand it yet, but I will, damn it.
I
Pick up
cannot
rolling.
understand it.
Just you wait.
Can take linguists for that crap. I mean, what?
Is there anything else you want to do?
No, I think that's it for now. Any roll that I need to do for that, or the yelling is enough.
Okay.
Isk doesn't know exactly.
Roll me your diplomacy at disadvantage. Or persuasion or animal handling. You can choose.
Okay, I actually have animal handling, so let's do that one. Disadvantage.
Yep.
Got it.
Okay. Matthias?
Would I be able to tell that Iska's trying to talk to the wolves?
You have no idea because you've never dealt with a druid before. You don't even know that they exist.
Do whatever you want to do. Don't worry about it.
So I guess I would see the wolves that are around MPT, and would that be about it?
You would need to make a perception.
Yeah, I'll look around and see if those are the only wolves or not.
Go ahead and roll. You don't think you see anything. In fact, you're not even sure what Isk is talking to. You think it's in that general direction somewhere, but for some reason you're not seeing it. You're probably still too groggy to really focus.
Guess I'll walk over to where I hear the most fighting and get ready for anything.
Okay.
Since I
So everybody gets to watch Matthias just stumble on over towards MPTs in the two wolves' general direction. How far are you moving?
Probably my whole movement.
Isk, you get to see Matthias like working his way over there, looking around a little bit, not figuring out where exactly they are, but looking for, at least to hit something.
Oh no.
All right. The wolves go. The wolves will peel off from MPT and move back a little bit, MPT gets a attack of opportunity. Actually, can animals do a disengage?
Yes, animals can disengage.
Okay, so he will not. So they will back off from MPT and move away from everybody and bark and growl at Isk. In Isk, what you hear is want to run, pack is hurt, lick wounds.
Isk would. Can Isk see any of the other injured slash?
Yes, you
Yeah,
see all of
okay.
the other ones that were in the battle because it was one that was next to MPT and two that were next to Shin. And
Okay.
they're both down. They're all three of them are down.
Okay. I guess this would turn to if they can hear any noise from anyone else out here. What just happened?
We will hold that thought because that is the wolves' turns. It's back to Corey. Corey, what do you do?
If the wolves are backing off, she will move her spiritual weapon 20 feet closer to them, which is still super far away from them, I think.
I need
And-
you to also make me a perception. You have not seen
Sure.
because you've only fought the ones next to Shin.
It's in that one.
So you do not know where the wolves are. You think you have an idea of their general direction, so you can move it kind of closer. Matthias, you have a weapon next to you. I'm sorry, you have a dragon head next to you.
Yeah. So, yeah, and then she will hold a. She has dealt with druids before. She will hold a sacred flame for if any of her friends get attacked, she will sacred flame the thing that's attacking them.
All right, Shin, what
She'll
do you
move a
do?
little bit closer to her friends too, because it's only a 60-foot range. Close
Yep.
enough.
No
The
problem.
wolves are retreating.
From the best of what you can tell, they have backed off from MPT completely. They haven't ran off, but they're barking and growling at Isk.
But they have backed off like their full distance away pretty much.
Not their full distance because they still want to at least be able to see Isk and talk to Isk. So you can still kind of make out the silhouettes of them.
Come back, MPT. We're done here. I sheath my sword and call MPT back and begin basically casting mending on MPT.
Okay. Isk, what do you do?
I guess Isk still doesn't know who started the fight, although I think they can assume everyone was sleeping here, so probably not the group. Turned back to the wolves, told them, this group is under my protection, you must leave. This is not a fight that you can win.
Okay. Matthias, what do you do?
I'm assuming that even if I'm groggy, I still could see that Shin put away his sword.
Oh yeah.
Uh,
You can hear it.
Okay. What's going on? He tries to rub sleep out of his eye.
We got attacked by wolves. Looks like
All
Isk
right.
is handling the rest of it.
So I will drop us out of combat. I will still keep what you have in mind, Corey. You can all be prepared, but now you can just have a general conversation. The wolves will respond to you, Isk, and say, "Made mistake, not prey. We'll leave."
Yes, leave.
They turn to each other and turn back to you, give you a little nod, and then they'll both run off.
Alright. I guess, let's go turn back to the group. So, did they attack you?
Repair the cats of metal.
You'd have to ask Shin, but he looks busy. I responded to him getting attacked by wolves, but I don't know who attacked first. I assume they did. They're wolves.
So the recollection of the events was Shin said we're under attack. MPT ran off, and then you heard some yelping.
Although maybe, we might have done the first blow, thinking
After
we were
a
under
minute.
threat.
Mending finishes casting. And since that's not being told otherwise, coming out of my spell casting, having mended MPT, I look over at Isk and say, I had MPT attack first so that we were not harmed by any of the wolves that I had assumed were about to think that we were food.
We're at war with something that is against nature, but we're not at war with nature. If something attacks you, you can attack it back, but to attack an animal before it has attacked you is not good. I told them to leave. I do not think this is a fight we need to have.
Shin gives Isk a slow nod and then says, well, one of them was injured then if you want to go look after them. However, I am going to continue with the rest of my trance so that we are awake and ready to go in the morning.
Very well. Pointing out where the injured wolf is.
Are you asking me that?
Because he said he was going to. Iska's just sort of like looking at him.
Oh no. Shin just knows that one of them was injured. He doesn't know where they went off to. He turned around, remember, and walked away. Iska's the one that saw them run away.
Okay. I guess was talking to two that were like not injured or not
No.
like
So what happened was 3 of them went down. One of them still got hit but didn't go down and was licking its wounds, basically. And then those 2 ran off. So one of them that ran off was injured, yes. You still have the 3 around you, and they may or may not be alive. More than likely, one of them is the first one is definitely straight up dead. Like MPT just tore its neck out and ripped its artery.
Oh, then another one is super dead too.
Yeah, I
Um,
definitely wrecked one with my dragon head. Which gave Matthias a kiss before it disappeared.
Oh, yes. They're all dead. That's right, because you all basically crit the fuck out of them. You did. That's right. Yeah. So never mind. None of the ones around you are alive. Have any chance?
Oh.
Yeah.
So the only one that you know of that you think he's talking about is the one that ran off.
okay.
One of the 2 that ran off.
Well, I guess if that's all done, I'll try and get some more sleep.
I'll wake you up in an hour. How long was I on watch before that happened?
I was in the middle of your watch.
Yeah, I'll wake you up in an hour.
Wasn't Matthias on first watch?
I don't know. Was it Matthias on first watch?
Yeah, I thought Matthias
I
had
just
first
assumed
watch.
since you had me roll that you decided I was on first watch instead.
Nope.
Gotcha. Shin will be up in an hour. Yeah? You'll be up in an hour, Shin? From your trance?
Sure, just nudge me. I'm conscious enough.
Okay.
MPT helper, keep more overwatch.
Corey's gonna do a perimeter sweep after everyone goes to sleep.
Okay.
Before everyone goes to sleep, Iska's gonna kind of move the wolf like carcasses like away.
Matthias would help with that.
Yeah.
Doesn't exactly want to sleep with a wolf
Shit.
body right next to him.
I mean, they're
Shin
furry
has next
pillows.
watch. Shin immediately trances so that he can get the rest of his trance in.
Yeah, get it. Get it, Shin.
Okay. So the rest of the night will pass without any issues. And you will go into the morning because you had basically gone into the night pretty far. And there isn't really much covering for the sun, so I'm going to have everybody make a con save that is currently sleeping, which I think is Matthias, Corey, Nisk.
14.
Okay. All right. You all don't get woken up by the sun, so you're able to sleep through no problem.
Okay.
Out of curiosity, for when this gets their spell slots back, is that second level spell slot still missing today?
Nope.
Okay. Cool. Just curious.
Three
Yeah.
more hours of horses?
Yeah, we'll probably need those.
DM needs to go to the bathroom, so a couple minute break.
Maybe
All
not
right.
3 more hours of horses in the forest.
Yeah,
Are we in the forest? I thought we were in the hills.
we were outside because the light was hitting us.
We're in.
Yeah, he said we were in hill
He
country.
just he also just said that we have tree foliage and coverage that where the sun would not just outright wake you up.
Oh, I missed
He was
that.
meaning that was a
Sorry.
hill.
Oh, what was the con save for?
To not be woken up by the sun.
That the trees were blocking?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I'm confused. Let's ask when he comes back.
It's okay, we'll be moving away from where we are pretty soon anyway.
Corey just wants to be fast.
You know, get the horses back.
Sanic fast!
Yeah, gotta go fast.
Don't I have another thing? Because apparently I just have a lot of like weird. I picked Circle the Shepherd because of the constant talking to animals thing. So if we ever run into animals, I can always use that all the time forever.
I was wondering when Shin and Isk would have a sort of, not battle of wits or anything like that, but a Shin's mindset versus Isk's mindset.
Oh yeah, I think they have very different like points of view on things.
All right. I'm back.
Also, you should probably have Isk say that in character, or Shin will continue to act as if he has no clue what the hell you're talking about.
Yep.
So morning comes and goes, and then mid-morning comes, and you all should be able to wake up as you want to, in whatever order you feel.
We
Shin-
were having a disagreement. Are we in hill country or are we in the forest?
You're in hill country.
Horses.
Well, there you go.
Does anybody need extra weapons or a shield? Or
Mm,
darts?
no.
I'm good. I actually already come prepared with extra weapons just in case, for some odd reason, I can't use my sword anymore.
That is smart. Yes. Depends how long we're gonna stay where we are before we leave.
Do you not need to carry them anymore?
Hmm?
Do you not need to carry any more of these weapons yourself?
If you've already slain these wolves, we should not let it go to waste. I can make something out of the bones, we can make something out of the fur, but it may take a little time.
How long is a little time?
Out of character, a short rest. I don't know how long that is in character.
It's about an
An
hour.
hour?
That's about an hour.
Yeah, that depends, so an hour?
Mm,
With how close those guards were, not sure we've got an hour.
Ooh, that reminds me.
Oh shit.
Ooh,
He
shit.
forgot the guards were close by. You reminded him.
Matthias, roll me 46.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
Shit. Oh no.
Okay.
Moose rolling. 2 6s and a 5.
And a 1.
It's either a really good thing or a really bad thing.
2 6s have to cancel out a 1.
Well, it's an even number, so that's what counts.
All right, what do you all do?
Respectfully, Isk, I agree. In general, we shouldn't waste, but I think making good time is more important right now.
Very well.
Hey.
Yay!
Sup,
Welcome
dudes?
So if
You
anybody
okay
wants
there?
to fill in Nala on what's been happening.
We're still on the road. Visited a village. It was called Winnipeg. You kind of heard about that. You said, isn't that in Canada? Then we continued on from the village because we were afraid that some guards from the Volcarn were there. So then we slept in the hills, got attacked by wolves. Isk and Shin had a silent argument. There was no clear winner, obviously. Now there are 3 dead wolves around us, and I don't know what's going to happen to the injured wolf because Isk never actually went out to go heal it or whatnot. I'm not sure if they cared or it just
Wasn't
never
it
got
there? From what I understood, it ran away.
It did.
Okay.
It ran away.
Okay, so it was not an important detail then. And we slept the rest of the way through the night. And now we're here. Bam.
Dang, wow, you guys are really adventuring.
Getting some stuff done.
Still trying to make it to that temple. We might make it.
Yeah, I'm recovering from an affliction. The affliction is called Sox's affliction.
Ha,
A
nice.
rare but well-known disease.
Yep.
Yes.
Oh, glad you're done today.
Yay.
All right. Nala's all caught up. What do you guys do?
Try to
Okay.
figure out what my life's all about.
All right, you have that
Uh,
hour, Isk. You can definitely do what you were wanting to do. Never mind.
3
Just-
hours of horses. 3 hours of horses.
I think we
Alright.
should get
want
moving.
horses?
Sure.
So you have a couple options. Now that you're in hill country, it's a little harder to run the horses. You
Okay.
can still do it, but you have a chance of injuring them. Or you can take them at we'll say a normal pace and have no chance of injuring them, which is still faster than your pace.
Or, not to contradict God's voice. I don't know where the hell that came from, but not to contradict God's voice, but we could walk ourselves out of hill country. It's back to flatland where we can ride the horses full bore again.
I mean, that is another option that doesn't really contradict me. God says to Shin.
Shin goes, oh my gosh, now I'm being spoken to directly.
How come you can talk to Bahamut without any problems, but I can't?
The sky turns dark.
You assume he was talking to Bahamut.
Yes, I do. That is definitely an in-character thing.
Anyway,
Until someone specifies that they worship a different god, she assumes they're worship Bahamut, just like Christians always assume that I'm Christian when they talk to me, okay?
your character knows that there's multiple religions.
Yes, but she assumes everyone's a Bahamut worshiper until I tell her otherwise.
We did all get tasked by the Bahamut Church.
Yeah,
Interesting.
exactly. Come on.
So everybody in this party's Bahamut followers, but not everybody in particular.
Well, but I'm talking to Shin. He's in this party.
Semantics.
And this is pedantry. Moving on.
I guess you could ask Shin to be clear.
I think we should get a move on here.
Well, yeah,
Yes,
we can
you-
walk and talk at the same time and decide on the horses as we go.
Yep.
So, when Shin presents that idea, do you show anything with that, or you're just like, hey, that's an option, right? Right? Am I right, guys?
When
Am I
Shin presents that idea, he still follows it up because this is Shin we're talking about here, and goes, but at the same time, we might not actually make it out of the hills if we're just walking. I don't actually know how much longer we'll be in the hills. That's actually more based on Matthias or Isk at this point to see if they can track or maybe deduce how long we still have to go through these hills.
Hmm.
Did I mention we're in hills?
I don't know. I think you
so.
missed that part.
We're in hills, Matthias! Hills!
Oh, could I see that map? Let's see if I can tell how far we've gone.
Opens map and shoves it in his face again. I'm kidding. I just handed it to Matthias.
Right. Can I look it over and kind of?
So you went
Get-
southeast from Winnipeg, or did you go straight east? Remind me, the GM.
You had us get lost to go to Winnipeg to begin with, I think, and then I think we're actually going the correct direction after leaving Winnipeg. Unless
Is that
Matthias
how you
has
wanted
something
it,
different.
Matthias?
Yeah.
Okay. So straight from Winnipeg, you are just barely into hill country. So you can go southwest to get out of hill country again, take the horses and skirt around it. But you are going to take an indirect path to do that.
Nala's a little slow today. Are we afraid of being ambushed or something?
As you
well,
recall
did
from
sleep
last
through a
time,
ambush.
you are still on the run from having been ousted as traders of Bahamut.
Aren't we like super far away now, though?
Until you got to Winnipeg and realized there are guards in the inn.
Lame.
Well, we just got into the hill country, so we could go to the west a bit and skirt around it, or we can just. But that would take us a bit out of our way. Or we could just
Ooh,
keep going
I
straight.
like that
there.
idea though.
Would we end up saving time overall though, because the horses can go quadruple speed? Words are hard.
Quadruple speed.
Have you been drinking?
Oh.
I have not, but thank you for asking.
Yeah, there
Are you
wasn't a
sure,
bar back in
Corey?
town.
Would
Completely sure. We're in the middle of nowhere. I have not been drinking.
I don't know what's in your flask.
Just water. Right now.
would it be safe to assume that since we would be on horses for that, it would be saving us some time?
Yeah, you think so. Because you're not that far into hill country. You didn't really spend that much time to get away from the city. Plus, it was at night, so you're moving even slower. So, yeah, you think you could skirt around it as long as you're on the horses. Plus, being in hill country just sucks in general. It takes longer. So, yes, it should save you some time.
Yeah, that should save us some time doing that, especially with the horses.
Let's do it. Good idea, Shin.
Now you're just feeding his ego.
Yeah, I am. On purpose.
Thanks
Not
for
that
that.
anybody insight
and-
checked me to know that.
Thaddeus will hand the map back to Shin.
Make me a survival roll, Matthias.
This will help.
Ever helpful.
Corey will ask Nala if she wants to have a drinking contest sometime.
Maybe.
Could be fun.
Could be.
Alright. So you make your way outside of the hills into
Okay.
flat plain area, and then you can tell Ace, all right, this is where we're going to need the horses.
All right, this would be a good a place as any to start with the horses.
Alright. Cast the conjure animals spell.
All right. So same thing. 3 hours of horses.
Why did I
So
agree to
with
this?
that survival roll, again, you guys are able to skirt around the hills and get some really good distance because of these horses. You will also need to make another animal handling check to get MPT on the said horses
So
before
my,
we get too far with this.
my animal handling?
Yes.
You
Yeah,
got it.
MPT is agreeable, anyways.
Yeah, it's not MPT that's the problem, it's the horses. All right.
They're not a problem. What are you talking about?
Not a problem at all.
Get it.
So, yes, you are able to book it very well. Shin, I need you to make me a constitution check.
Good
Save.
luck.
Again, you're fine. It seems like you're picking up this horse riding things pretty quickly.
It's gonna screw me over one of these times, but currently, yay!
So once again, it's about 1 in the afternoon. Plenty of daylight. The horses are gone. You go back to walking again.
Keep walking.
Yep.
So what? 120.
And we haven't seen anything out of the ordinary, guards or otherwise.
Correct. You haven't seen anything. Sorry. Everybody make me perception rolls.
I'm gonna keep the passive, I guess.
14.
Okay. What's your passive?
I think I can just. Can I just link it? It's 15.
Okay. Matthias and Isk, you both see off in the distance an owl snatching a rabbit. Same with you, Nala.
Circle of life.
Indeed.
I need to do some quick math. 12 hours. Day and a half. Okay. So you're 1 hour, you're going to keep going. How long are you going to keep walking for?
Till it starts getting dark.
So that's another 7-8 hours, roughly.
I love panic.
Okay.
Do you take any breaks?
Not unless we have to.
19 hours.
I carry Goldie sometimes so she doesn't get too tired.
Okay. She appreciates it. She's not heavy at all.
One could say she's light as air.
One could say that, but it's not true. Yeah, it looks okay.
And this is all just flat plains with nothing really.
Well, you're skirting the hill country because you
Mhm.
have to be out of the way. So you are constantly hills or plains to your right and hills to your left.
Probably when it starts getting dark, would cut over to the hills a bit so that could camp more in the hills so it's not quite as open.
All right, make me another survival roll. You find something. Again, it's decent shade, no chance or little chance of flooding, but not like super well hiding spot. but you think at this point you haven't been spotted and you've gone pretty far away, so should be all right.
Think this should work for the night.
Okay.
I wasn't very good at watch last night, so maybe someone else should do that this time.
I do that.
Yeah, I'll take the first watch again.
This can take second watch.
I set up
Goldie-
alarm.
Goldie's going to approach Nala. Auntie Nala, can you tell me a story?
Well, some time ago, I used to be an adventurer in the army. And I bossed around underlings, told them what to do. Everything's really great. And then I got fired. The end.
Who fired you?
The man. There's a saying called stick it to the man. I live by that.
She's gonna point at Shin to be like that man?
No, that's a good man. We like that man.
Oh, so a bad man.
Bad is kind of gray. It's not really good. It's not kind of
So
bad.
a great
It's
man.
just kind of no. More like I don't know. Ask Auntie Corey.
Auntie Corey.
Oh, this one's all you, Nala. You got this.
She looks like a Nala.
You're better at this kid thing.
You're doing great.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Your Auntie Corey hates me.
That's not true.
Auntie Corey, how could you?
It's not true.
How-
She's lying.
How could you?
She's misguided. She's not lying. She's misguided.
Oh.
See, she's so smart. She can tell you about all the men. She's lived a long time, so she's got experience.
Wow.
My mind went straight to
Oh.
the gutter with that.
Oh, sweetie. Not with men.
Okay. With that, Goldie seems pleased and also confused.
My job here is done.
The night passes without any issues. Morning arrives.
That was the. I don't want to toss another ambush at you guys. That took forever.
3 more hours of horses.
Oh my gosh.
So the third day, we're gonna say that you've gotten pretty good at handling the horses to get MPT on them. So I'm not gonna make you roll for that. And you've settled in a pretty good rhythm with this. So what I do need is. Did we forget to do that? Oh, that's after. Right. Yep. Again, Shin, you're doing really good. Having not used horses this much, you are doing just fine.
Just fine.
Just fine. I need Matthias to make me survival checks at advantage. Okay, and then also make me roll me 4d6.
Oh wow. Perfectly average.
on the current path that you're taking, you are going to run into a pack of bears hunting in a small pond.
So precise.
This man doesn't play.
I would give him a wide enough berth to not.
All right, are you going to
interrupt.
go on the hills or are you going to go on the plains?
Probably the
This is-
plains. If we're
This is
still on the
after you've
horses.
done with the this is after you've done with the horses, because Shin did his Constitution save. What a jerk!
Okay, if it's after the horses, probably go into the hills for a bit
Okay,
to go
I
around
need you to make me another survival check.
with advantage still, or
I'm assuming this is going to continue to help you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ooh, no, wait, no. Flash of genius, bam, have +5 to that.
Nice.
Okay. And why weren't you using this before?
Cause I'm new to the new artificer. I only
Oh,
just
that's a
found what
new-
replaced my arc jolt.
They do
This
keep
thing
changing
replaced the
your
arc
stuff
jolt.
around.
Okay, so I want to hear your flash of genius for Matthias.
No, I didn't actually read the ability to know what I have to do. Hold on a second, let me read the ability.
He's having a stroke. What? I have genius!
Oh damn, that's actually really cool. Alright, what was the survival check for again? I have to know what it was for to know what I'm giving a flash of genius about.
Matthias would have to tell you what it's for.
There you go.
wasn't it for taking the hills around the bears?
Yes, it would be for taking the hills around the bears.
So these deer or rabbits, I'm betting they would have clearer paths through the hills. That would make it less risky for us to do so.
So that should definitely help.
Fantastic roleplay, guys. Fantastic.
The best.
So you go through the hills to skirt around them, no problem. It takes a little extra time because again, are you going to stick in the hills, or are you going to go back to the between the hills and the plains?
Probably back between the hills and the plains. Basically,
Okay.
just giving the bears wide berths to not interrupt.
Right. Okay, no problem. So it cuts some time into your travel because you have to do that. And you knowing how much, and based on the wind, you don't want to alert them to your scent, so you have to really go out of your way. It takes you about an hour out of your travel time, but you're still on decent track, and you get back between the hills and the plains once more, and you move on. I need to make me another survival check to see where you're gonna hunker down for the night.
After we get past it all, I just kind of look at Isk and go, couldn't you have just talked to them?
That's what I was about to say. Next time.
Oof. So
+5!
Matthias. All right, let's hear it.
Oh, no. You don't want this hill. What about this hill right here? Or maybe this hill? That one looks like it's a good hill right there. That one looks like it would provide enough cover. And then there's this hill over here. This one would also provide enough cover. But, oh man, waking up in the morning might possibly affect that one. Ooh. Go with that hill over there.
So
I don't know,
-5 to your roll.
I don't know. Don't they all look the same?
No, you gotta judge it based off of the angle of the sun and everything too. Like, you gotta go with what gives the cover and then what's gonna actually let us sleep in.
We're
All right,
trying
so
to sleep in.
Matthias, you struggle to find any place with cover. And Shin points out, for some odd reason, even though he's not much of a nature guy, he understands which part of the hills trees like to be on, and you find one. and you have this moment of like, how do you even know this? You hate nature, or at least that's what it seems to be based on what I've watched you do. But somehow,
Well,
Almost like they're flashes of genius.
hey, he loves nature. He loves nature so much, he made an animal.
yes, let's bypass the 3 wolves that he killed earlier on, but that's okay.
They were bad. Duh.
Doesn't
That
mean I hate
helps.
nature. It just means I have a different idea of what would happen in an ambush with wolves.
All right, so you guys hunker down for the night, and Goldie will approach Isk and go, Isk, tell me a story.
Story about what?
Anything.
About. But I remember I tried to prepare for this like weeks ago, and I don't remember.
So
what I
many weeks
prepared.
ago.
Yeah, I forgot what I prepared. Oh god. I don't know. This is like does not tell stories, so.
So you see Goldie approach Isk, and Isk has that plain blank stare off in the distance, and you're not sure if Isk is ignoring Goldie or isn't sure what to say to Goldie, but Goldie is patiently waiting for them.
No, Isk is having a crisis.
Eyes start twitching.
I elbow Matthias and raise an eyebrow to see if he wants to take it.
Are you doing all right over there, Isk?
Matthias, do you know any stories? Preferably ones that are not very violent for Goldie.
Might have a couple, but I'm sure you don't have one that you'd want to tell her. It seems like she was wanting to hear one from you.
Tell her a story of your kin.
I do not have anything prepared for that. I'm not good on the spot.
I whisper to
I'm so
Isk,
sorry.
make it up.
I can't. I'm so bad at this.
You got this, Tig. I believe in you.
Matthias, you split off from our group when we went to take on the bandit camp. You want to tell us your side of the story?
That weren't supposed to tell anything, Violet.
Why
What?
don't you tell us about where you used to work, maybe? Like, what was it like to take care of kids in the orphanage or something?
Oh, even more. Isk, what was it like since you actually read directions from different directions? What was your place that you were from like?
It was a small, not even a village like you have here. We did not have buildings. We lived in the woods, in the swamp, wherever the magic led us to, as we followed for the what's it called, the dungeon? I can't even remember what we called it before. Sorry.
Are you talking about the Shaluya?
Yeah, I am losing.
I was
all
just
my
reading my old
information.
notes, can you tell?
Thank you. Save me. I'm not good at this. But we hunted, we foraged, I mediated what had to be mediated when one side took too much from the other. And occasionally we traded, but it was a more difficult life than I've seen here.
Shin sits down next to Goldie. What do you mean where the magic sends you?
The places where there's plentiful food, animals. When the land is not well, neither is anything else around it. If the Shaluya in the land is gone, so is everything else.
Mala sits down next to Shin. What does Shalula taste like?
I think you should ask Shin that. He seems to know better than I do.
Do you know about Iskis Shalula?
I was about to ask about Shaluya anyways. I don't know what she means by that. He means it. I don't know what they mean by that.
I would have to pull up my notes from back then.
Wait.
which I
Are
totally
there
forgot.
multiple people inside of Isk? Are there many lizard people things living in Isk?
No, that's just how we refer to Isk so that we are not inconsiderate of Isk's gender.
She has a gender.
No, that's why we use they. I'm sitting next to Nala now.
I wasn't talking to you, Corey. Gosh.
Sorry.
That's why I whispered it. I didn't want to feel dumb.
What was? Sorry, I keep having to ask information because apparently I wasn't taking notes. What was Shin looking for the also wherever we went for Nala's thing because I didn't write down what we called it either.
For which now?
Where we got the scale. Forgot what we called that.
Uh,
I only have what Isk would call it, so I did not write it down.
Weren't we following the ley lines to the temple?
Yeah, ley lines.
So-
Okay.
Isk super needs to take keen mind.
Yep.
So-
I did not take notes.
basically what it is when you met Shin, he was like, hey, I have this thing that can go find ley lines. And you're like, what's ley lines? And then when you got to the place, you're like, oh, it's a Shalula. Okay. And in between the Shalulias are the spirit path. So you can
Okay.
figure out how to get to the next one. Of which you are on right now.
Okay. Sorry, I needed that information.
That's fine.
Um,
And this is the first time you feel like you've gotten back onto the spirit path
okay. So
from
we
all
are-
the days of travel that you've been doing.
Interesting. Yes, Shin still has that spell, right? Also out of character.
Shin
Oh, he
should still
does,
have the
but
spell.
Shin has been
Yeah.
overthinking everything and has never thought of it since we've left the first bandit camp. So he's just never been thinking about it.
Shin, can you still sense where we're headed next, like you did before? I feel we're on the right path, but you seem to be able to sense it as well, differently.
What? Oh, I can do that. Yeah, that's something I can do. Shin stands up, bolt upright really fast, and then awkwardly walks away to do that.
Does he remember how?
Oh yeah, he remembers how. Does the ley line locator thingy.
Okay. What do you channel it through?
I mean, if I'm channeling through anything, I guess it would be through my focus.
Yep. So your focus points you to southeast by southeast.
Southeast by south?
No, east by southeast.
It that way.
So you watch Shin walk away, cast a spell, and then come back with his spell focus pointing in a direction. So he's walking back to you, but his hand holding the spell focus is pointing the other direction. And he's going, hey, it's that way.
That should be handy in getting us the rest of the way there.
Yeah, totally remembered I had that. Completely knew about it.
Sure about that?
Uh-huh.
Isk, were you done with your story?
Yes. Unless there was something else you wanted to know.
Goldie looks pleased. And then she looks to Corey and says, Auntie Corey, I'm tired. Got him.
Go to bed.
Damn, Matthias.
Me.
Totally sure.
So I'm assuming you all set up for watch again.
I still take first watch again unless anybody says otherwise.
Cast alarm.
Okay.
I go to sleep. I am not useful.
This can take whatever watch you guys want them to have.
Night passes,
Cast
no
alarm on
issues.
Francis.
Morning arrives.
Like a wrecking ball. Ugh!
Indeed.
Thais would get up.
Hey, Matthias, where on this map do you think we are? Like, how many more days of travel do you think we have left?
Searches through my pack, pulls out the map so that she actually has a map to say this map to.
Hey, she's fine with not actually having the map and saying that, but thank you. But thank you.
Well, let's
Quickly puts the map in front of Corey as she says this map.
Thanks.
let's take a look and see. Thais will look at the map and try and figure out how far
Make
they
me survival.
Geety.
Oh, you got
Take some
me
advantage if you want to.
there, but slightly
Flash of genius. +5 to that.
there. The problem ends up being that the area you need to go to is inside the forest. So you can't keep your current pace no matter what you do because you can't run horses through the forest. At least not without risking something. So you're looking at what's probably at the end of this day, you can reach maybe the edge of the forest if you push it really hard. And then you can either skirt the forest like you've been for the hills to try and find a better way to get inside, or you can just push right through the forest and then it'll probably take you another 3 days through the forest.
We're starting to come up on the forest and probably get a few more days once we get in there.
I miss tree teleportation.
Do what now?
Let's
Tree
go.
Tree
Wait,
teleportation.
What did I miss?
What's
Oh.
that?
When I used to before I retired, the first time I retired, we had a druid in our group and they were able to teleport us between trees they had seen before so we could get anywhere in the world really quickly, and it was amazing and I miss it.
This looks
Yeah.
fascinated.
Oh,
I bet you'll be able to do it someday.
Neat.
Who was this druid? Goldie speaks up.
Her name was Raylana. She was one of the people I traveled with before.
Was she really nice?
Yes, she was.
Goldie looks pleased.
I feel like Goldie has a happy meter.
Gotta fill it up. That's adorable.
All right. You guys do the same thing?
Yeah.
Guessing so.
Okay. Roll me survivals. And then 4d6 afterwards.
Flash of Genius?
Is this an unlimited ability that you have?
Looks like it's related to your.
Well, I mean, we
intelligence
rested, so I
modifier.
already recharged it, but I get like 5 uses of it per day.
That's a lot. That's pretty good.
Damn.
So you do not get interrupted, and you find a good patch of the plains that you're able to travel really, really well on. And so as the time starts winding down, you once again get into the night, you are able to make the forest, but just barely.
Great.
Okay, so just getting to the edge of the forest when it hits night.
You were getting the edge of the forest when it gets a couple hours into the night, because that's the timeline you guys have been holding for the past few days, unless you change it.
Okay. Guess I'll look for somewhere to camp just inside the forest then.
Roll me another survival.
Okay.
Okay, you have no problem. Find a nice little patch. I don't know if somebody gives you a flash of insight. I'm gonna assume at this
Flash
point
of
he's
Genius?
continuously giving you one, to the point you actually might start getting annoyed by it.
Someone might start getting annoyed anyway.
Oh, I need you to roll me a Constitution save again, Shin.
Okay. Flash of Genius.
You are now flashing yourself. Not a
Really
con save.
exhausting.
When you or another creature you see within 30 feet of you makes an ability check or saving throw, you can use your reaction to add +5 to the roll.
That's so bizarre.
Flash of
You're
Genius,
like-
damn it.
I know how to stay on this horse. I have a good
Oh
idea.
my god, that's so bizarre.
If it helps, I'm already at 4 out of 5 fucking uses of it.
Your con save is a +5? That must be your
Yes.
proficiency.
I am proficient with con.
Nice. Alright. Great.
It's almost like I'm a caster that needs to have high concentration.
So you all hunker down for the night.
Alright. So, take first watch again.
Silent, I should tell you that it's at least better that I didn't take the spell that every cleric and their dog takes usually.
Which is?
Guidance.
Guidance.
Oh god, yeah.
Oh, don't worry. When I get another cantrip, I'm getting guidance.
Oh no. Then it's gonna be guidance and flash of genius spam.
I mean, it's fine. Honestly.
Bahamut be with you.
Flash of genius!
I guide you. I guide you.
Because at least with guidance, you still have to make an action. With Flash of Genius,
Yeah.
you can do it in a reaction. So, like, if something happens and you're not ready for it, you can't guidance that.
Yeah, I can flash of genius
Right.
anything for my 5 uses. It's great.
Yeah, you have to call guidance before the roll happens, which definitely makes it harder to remember.
Yep. Right. So you're all hunkered down for the night. Goldie doesn't bug anybody. She seems content with going right to bed.
Okay.
I cast alarm, and then I trance.
Great.
Corey wants to take watch with Matthias at the same time and trade orphanage stories. We don't have to RP it. That's just what she wants to do.
Okay.
What?
Okay.
What?
What?
You trade your stories, and you come to find out Matthias would be an amazing father.
So
And
much.
any other
cheating
one
on
of my
this
characters
RP!
would feel such attraction. Hey, y'all are always giving me shit for doing this too much, so I'm trying to, you know.
So much cheating on the RP. I feel gypped.
Do you really?
Yes.
I don't believe you.
Any extra time that you take RPing is more time that I can spend not being myself. I almost had no nice way of saying what I wanted to say, so that came out that way.
Morning arrives, no issues, nothing happens. You all wake up as normal.
Okay.
Hit that long rest button again.
Get those flush of G's uses back.
No time like the present to get moving through this forest.
Let's go.
I cast my leyline spell.
It points you east by southeast.
Still that way.
Matthias, make me 2 survivals. Or
Actually,
survival with advantage, rather.
I have a feeling this might be a bit more towards your specialties. You want to take the lead?
Sure. Is there an equivalent roll?
You don't need to roll anything. You can just follow the path.
Cool. Okay. I do that.
As you start walking, like they know exactly where they need to go.
I guess seems that was the right choice.
Yep, going the way that I said that way too.
Yep.
Corey, you get a good sensation in your stomach.
Yep, we're going the right way.
Oh, you can sense which way we're supposed to go as well?
I think not as precisely as some others. I just know that it's right.
One of those stomach things again?
Yeah.
How long do you guys walk for?
Looks at Matthias.
Well, got a few days in here, so probably at least till dark.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds reasonable.
Okay. Well, dark arrives. You're able to walk through the forest, no problem. Actually, you know what? Roll me 46.
Me?
Who?
Yes, take.
You got it.
Tig. Do us good, Tig.
We'll see what that means. At least it wasn't a 4.
You start walking through the path, and I need you to roll me a perception check.
You got it. Perception. Way down here.
All of you can hear howls. Isk, you can see them. There is a decently large pack of wolves in front of you. About 100 feet away.
Okay.
Right before it gets nighttime.
Hmm. 100 feet away?
Yeah.
Let's see. don't think they're close enough to talk to.
I don't think
Talk
it
to
has a
who?
range to it, does it?
Hmm?
I don't think it has a range.
I just mean like for like talking to someone else like 100 feet away. They'd
Oh yeah,
have to
it is a bit of
have
it.
to be, like, yelling.
ways.
Yeah.
Screaming through the forest. Hey!
Yeah. Not the spell so
Don't
much as like the
attack us!
act of talking.
Do you stop or do you continue moving?
I think stop to warn everyone that
Okay,
there are
so-
wolves.
There you go.
I guess we wait for them to attack before we can attack if that happens.
Or Isk can just maybe convince them to move on without attacking at all.
You see a couple of them
That is the
as
alternative.
start fanning out.
They're surrounding us. Almost like they're
Isk?
hunting in a pack.
Isn't that what wolves do? Hunt in packs?
Yes, it is.
Still getting my warhammer out just in case.
Good idea. I didn't use the. We didn't ride the horses today, right? I'm losing
Correct, you're
track because
inside the
we've been
forest.
doing a lot of days. Okay.
Slide my great sword out of its sheath.
Make 8. Also. Sorry, there's such a long list of animals. This gets a little crazy.
Sure.
Yeah, I can make 8 wolves. There's regular wolves.
Can you talk to the ones that are currently surrounding us?
I could try. I don't know if they could hear me.
Do it.
It's worth a shot.
Alright. I guess Iskall step forward a little closer to the visible ones.
I mean, they're starting to approach you now, anyways,
Okay.
in a very offensive
Offensive
posture.
way. About how many have we seen so far?
You saw a dozen,
Doesn't. Okay, that's more than last time.
and you now only see about five of them in front of you, and 7 that you think have ducked around, but you lost track of them.
Run away. This is not a fight you can win. If you fight, they will kill you.
The lead one, which was kind of snarling as it was approaching, pauses, looks really confused, and then barks and growls back at you. Our land. Leave.
We are passing through. We are not staying.
Go around.
Around how?
It like hits the floor with its foot. What? Run. Run with pack around.
Alright, Iskall turned to everyone. We need to keep going. If we keep going, they won't fight.
Wait, what? Keep going through them?
This is their land. If we leave their land, they will not fight.
As you're talking to them, the main wolf howls again, and you can hear. You can translate as "come back," and you think it's to the rest of the pack. And there's a bunch of howls around you. They're like, "All right, got it." But why?
Mine?
But why?
And
That one's my favorite one.
most of them seem to gather back around the main wolf.
They retreated only for as long as we continue moving.
Then let's
Shrine
move.
is on the other side of them, is it not?
We will have to go around.
How far around?
However far it takes, unless we want to fight.
Did
I
they
mean,
give any clear indication to what's their supposed land?
It is
they're wolves.
It's kind of hard to skirt something we don't know what the parameters are.
I think as long as we're moving, they will know we do not intend to stay.
Well, it's already getting on the light side. Are we gonna have to go through the night in order to avoid them?
Again,
Let's just start skirting around and see if the
Yeah.
wolves decide to trail or if we're doing what they wanted.
Agreed.
Okay.
I warned them that if they attacked, you would kill them.
I mean, I
That
don't
is-
have to kill them.
It is what happened last time.
Because I knew that they would attack us first. I basically just took matters into my own hands to stop what could have happened.
We say as we're walking.
Well, yeah.
With reasonable warning, they have not attacked.
As you're walking away, the lead wolf barks and growls, and you hear, "Go, follow, defend, do not attack." And 2 wolves break off and start following you.
I believe we are being watched to make sure that we continue moving.
You know, if MPT was any sort of stealthy, I could have the watchers be watched as well. But I look over at MPT. Nah.
Could be a
You may look like a panther, but you're not stealthy like one.
new invention for you. Coming up with a way to make them stealthy.
MPT is a defender, not a stealthy. The choice of panther wasn't actually mine either. That was Quinn's.
Who is this Quinn? I heard you mention him before.
Oh, he's passed now.
I see.
He was kind of a teacher to me, and he was the original owner of MPT. I don't know how MPT really ended up with me, considering that was all kind of more magic-y Bahamut goodness stuff, looking over at Goldie. But I was able to recalibrate MPT over to basically being able to follow me without issues, and this is where we're at now, and I know that Quinn is dead.
You must have been very wise to befriend an animal made of metal.
Me?
Quinn, the one who originally found this creature.
Oh, MPT was not found. MPT was made. Quinn made MPT.
You made... he was made?
Yes.
How do you make a creature?
Well, as artificers, we sort of deal in making things. It's kind of our MO. It's what we like to generally do no matter where we go. That's why you see me tinkering around with things all the time.
Goldie's gonna go and hop up and be like, "Oh, I know. When a mommy metal panther and a daddy metal panther love each other very, very much, they create baby metal panthers."
So you have been talking to Corey. Good job.
See,
She looks
this is where I thought they came from as well.
She looks at Shin like, "I'm right, right?" She doesn't say that, but she has that look.
Shin smiles and says, "That isn't 100% accurate." I can tell you the details of it if you want, but it's going to be rather boring for you, I assure you.
Oh, but I already understand the details of it.
It's more so I would need to correct the details that you're aware of.
Oh. So it's not like that?
It unfortunately is not.
Oh, she looks disappointed.
Basically, our curiosity in tinkering and messing around with all the various assorted metals, and the fact that we can infuse metals with magic, gives us an innate ability to just be able to make things. One of those things is known as a steel defender. Basically,
You
we can
are
make ourselves
interrupted
a
by barking and growling behind you.
faithful. What's wrong with them now, Isk?
Can Isk understand what the barking
Too
meant?
close. Too close.
We're still too close.
Well, now we have to pause because unless you are still walking the path of your Shaluya, I will need to ping my ley lines to figure out if we are, going the correct direction still. Unless someone over there has a happy gut.
As you ask that, sorry, I'm interrupting. But as you ask that, you realize that you are getting off the spirit path.
I think in that case, Shin should probably do his thing. I was about to say that Isk will say that they'll talk to the wolves while Shin does that.
Okay.
Do you want Shin? Do you want to roll first?
Oh,
I cast ley lines.
Yeah, he can pinpoint it. It's
Nice.
gonna be a direction I don't quite know exactly off the top of my head, but
I
he
cast
can
ley lines, and the
pinpoint it.
DM says you go that way.
Yeah, he's good. The wolves are like too close. Go around.
We're going around, but as we are not going through, we must find our way. We are navigating. Give us a moment.
The other one barks and growls annoyedly. Why you take so long?
Oh,
The path around is more complicated. We must find the way.
Can you not smell our scent? You should know where we are. Understand our territory.
We cannot.
Weak.
In some ways, yes, but not all.
One of them starts pacing. The other one just sits and stares.
Guess it's just whenever Shin's ready.
Sheen, are you doing the normal or the ritual version?
I'll spend a spell slot on it.
Okay. So 1 minute later, he's good to go.
I turn around and tell MPT to mirror the wolf's pacing, and then say, "All right, we got to go that way."
The one that's pacing stops and kind of growls, mocking.
Shin sits down. Doesn't really, or not sits down, but or not Shin. MPT stops, but doesn't really growl since that's not a cat sound.
I guess Isk would see this going on. Shin, what did you tell him to do? They can tell
MPT
they're
is just
being
following
mocked.
that wolf's movements.
They can tell they're being mocked.
Oh, I wasn't mocking. I was playing around with them. But if they want to go that route, sure. Again, we have to go that way.
We should go that way.
MPT, I guess, stop playing around with the wolves.
Is that way through their territory? Are they gonna let us go that way?
We
will
won't know
see.
until we start walking that way.
As you start walking that way, they growl at you again. Too
This
close.
annoying.
The sooner we can
It's
pass through, the sooner we will be out of your territory.
Make me an animal handling check, please.
You got it.
Okay. They're like, They bark, growl at each other. Too close. Let them run. But we need to defend. Yeah, but just let them run. So the one turns back to you and says, "Can you run through?"
I think so. This will turn to the group. They will let us through here, but we have to run.
And if we pass over the shrine? Yeah, whatever. Let's do it while we go.
Alright,
Alright.
let's go.
Goldie's on my shoulders. Let's go.
Okay. So you all start running through. They're running with you. You're running with the wolves. How does it feel?
Like Corey needs to dodge so many branches.
Okay, fine. I'm holding her by my side. Whatever. It was supposed to be cute.
It was cute until Goldie got clotheslined by a branch.
Goldie's not getting clotheslined. I'm using my passive perception of 17 to not get her clotheslined. Thank you.
Okay.
Wouldn't that be
You all
survival?
start running, and so first things first, just to make sure, because it is now nighttime. Can everybody see in the dark?
Holding
Now that I have my
knowledge.
fancy goggle. They're so cute.
I think Nala's the only one who cannot. Yes, or is it Nala?
Blind as a bat.
This can change into an animal that can see in the dark but will no longer be able to communicate.
What if
Do
you change
it!
into a wolf
Alright. I could.
that can see in the dark?
Do it!
I don't know if that.
Do
I don't know if
it.
the wolf can, but the wolf could smell the path
Yeah, the
stuff
wolf
they were
can
talking
smell.
about, so
So the wolves, you
let's do it.
all realize that Nala cannot see in the dark is going to have a really, really hard time dealing with this. So you all can react or do whatever you want accordingly. But you don't think she's going to be able to run through the dark with all of you.
Not even holding Shin's hand?
No, because the problem is she still has to understand where to put her feet, and he can't exactly point that out for her.
Light spell?
Hey Noah,
Yeah, I can let.
Yo.
would you like to ride on MPT?
Yes.
Okay.
Both medium creatures, so it's basically MPT's got 14 strength.
Make me a. What the hell would that even be? We're gonna go with acrobatics.
Me?
Yes. Is you
That's
said
it?
you're changing into a wolf?
Yep.
Okay. Oof.
You had to pick that one.
I did. Everybody else also make me.
I give her +5.
Uh,
Coaching her on the good positions and parts that are flat enough that she could actually feasibly sit or grab onto.
He probably has done this before.
Everybody's gonna also have to make me an acrobatics roll.
Oh.
Oh no.
Unless you are not full running.
I guess we're full running.
Apparently. Flash of genius. No, I'm kidding.
And we're doing really crappy at it.
Yeah, oh, what am I? Oh, acrobatics. Sorry.
Yep.
I never heard what skill you said. I've been rolling.
To
halfway
be
decent.
blunt, this is also more just because none of us have really thought to cast light. I know someone said it, but it hasn't been cast yet, so.
It's trying not to talk over everybody. I'm happy to cast light
That would
on
be
my
lovely.
Warhammer. Doing that. I do that.
Well, first you roll me acrobatics.
13.
Okay. So Nala struggles on MPT and Matthias struggles, and Shin, being the smarty pants that he is able to help stabilize them, but realizes that this is not going to be feasible to hold on for very long. And in doing so, Corey realizes, hey, maybe I should just cast light, and then we can kind of see where the hell we're going. And does so.
Yeah.
Gets some
Maybe
bark
a
and
smarty
growls.
pants, but not smart enough to recommend light.
You get some bark and growls, and that's from the wolves that are coming through you, or running with you. But you're all able to run. What is everybody's con? Just a straight con.
Oh, okay. I was gonna
12.
ask if it was the long or the
14.
short con.
12, 14,
14.
14,
16.
16. Corey?
14.
Okay. 12 was Matthias.
Mm-hmm.
So 2 minutes in, I need you to make me a con save.
Wait,
Oh,
I
you're
think I
good.
get a different con.
3 minutes in, the wolves will stop and bark and growl at you.
Looking at our wolf counterpart that knows what they're saying.
I think I should still be able to understand them. I just can't, like, talk right now.
Can't talk to us.
Yeah. Probably. Well, I don't think I can speak wolf specifically.
Yes, you can. I'll say that you can understand them. So you hear from them, stay this path. That's fine.
Okay.
And we crash
Cool.
for the night.
This is where we stop. Isk will sort of give a sign of acknowledgement, whatever would be the wolf sign of acknowledgement, and kind of run to the front of the group. Try to
Isk starts a war with the wolves.
lead everyone on the correct path, because they can tell the whatever wolf territory stuff now.
Okay. So you all continue to run?
I guess so. If the wolf leading us is still running, I guess still running after the wolf.
Okay, I need you to make me another con save, Matthias. Okay, you're fine. 4 minutes in, do you still run?
I don't know. Are we still running?
Well, we can stop and see what happens if we need a break, but
I slow down.
I slow down if MPT slows down.
MPT slows down with me.
This rod has no brakes.
Ah, full throttle!
Isk starts sniffing around. Can they tell anything about the ley line stuff and the swarm?
You don't feel like you're on the path right now.
Okay.
People are slowing down, but are they stopping or are we still going?
It's up to the group.
The wolf is still going forward, still following the wolf.
Are you running or are you walking?
Probably slowing down.
Okay.
Okay.
I need to go to the bathroom again, so we can take a break here. But it is also 10:52. So how much longer do you guys want to go?
I'm good to call it here. Seems like
Yeah.
calling it before the shrine would be a good thing to do, because I'm betting that could take a while if it's another big puzzle. However, I don't know how much other people are good with.
You all figure that out. I'll go to the bathroom.
Okay,
guys.
happy peeing. Bye.
Yeah, enjoy!
Don't fall in.
Or do.
You know. Whatevs.
Whichever.
So I might want to take some Unearthed Arcana cantrips, and they might not be very Shin-like, but they're very Miser-like. And doesn't have anything at all to do with the fact that it gives Shin telepathy.
Oh.
Oh no.
Is there like
Eh.
with what specifically?
It's
Like
a new
anyone?
Unearthed Arcana thing. I can communicate telepathically with any creature I can see within 30 feet of me. If it understands at least one language, it can respond to me telepathically.
That sounds useful.
Hey,
So it's
wolf
kind of
person!
like-
Hey, wolf person!
Oh, that's actually super useful.
Yeah. I say go for it.
Forcing
have
people
to-
to listen to your long drawn out explanations.
See, it is Shin-like.
Silent, because this is something I found after because I just sped through making my character.
We didn't decide if we were calling it or not.
Yeah, because
I am
that's
good
actually
with calling
the
it because I think what might be coming up might take longer than an hour, but
I
at the
think
same
we're still
time,
like
I'm good to
2
stay
days.
longer than an hour too.
I thought we were like 2 days travel away from the temple.
All right.
Hey, he's back.
What is the decision?
We totally made one.
I'm fine with calling it. I still have to teach children tomorrow.
Okay.
Oh, there is that.
We'll call it then.
We
okay.
can probably make it the rest of the way in the next one.
Yeah.
Silent question.
Yeah.
What's up?
So I made my character in a bit of a hurry and did not actually look over feats. Can I take back my choice of what I did for 8th level to do something else, or is this sticking?
God. Did you use it this game session?
Weirdly no, because you kept making me make any save. Well, I used it for one thing, and that was an attack that sliced a wolf in half.
That's fine.
But I think that attack would have hit whether I had that +1 or not.
Yeah, it wasn't really a challenging encounter anyways, so I'm not that concerned by it.
Okay, I have telepathy now. Thank you.
Oh, this is that feat?
Yeah, that's the same feat I took on Elver.
I was gonna say I think V was eyeing that one.
So how does that
Arcana
feat work?
Mm-hmm. I think it was.
I increased my intelligence score by 1 to a maximum of 20. I gain proficiency in 1 skill between 4, and then I can communicate telepathically with any creature I can see within 30 feet of you. If it understands at least one language, it can respond to you telepathically.
Nice.
What's
This
the feat called?
includes MPT, wild-shaped beings, anyone in our party. What was that?
What's the feat called?
Telepathic. It's an unearthed arcana feat.
I think
think
it
you
came
can
with
only
the
talk.
psionics.
Can you use it like indefinitely? Like there's no limitations on it?
Yeah, there's no limitations on it.
Nice. That's gonna super come in handy.
I am pretty positive it does not let me replace verbal components, so that's that's a limitation right there as it is anyways, so that part's fine.
No, but being able to talk to somebody without having to actually say it out loud is gonna be handy.
Yeah. That does mean that I have to wait all the way to level 12 to actually max my int, but I think that's okay.
Did you just take an RP feat instead of maxing your main stat?
Who are you and what have you done with Miser?
What skill are you taking proficiency in?
Let me look at those real quick. Seeing as my charisma is so great, insight.
That's really funny that it decide. Well, I mean, I guess it makes sense a little bit. Not
As
the
long
promise
as you
of
don't
That's funny.
spend the next 4 levels bitching about not having a 20 intelligence.
Oh,
We cool.
Are you
Okay.
kidding me? I'm going to start talking to all of you telepathically to screw with you.
Things are more fun.
I, the player, am excited.
There's some fun feats.
I think this came with the Psionics UA.
Yes, it is with the Psionic UA. And you're okay with that, Silent?
I'm gonna wanna. We'll take that offline.
Okay.
Sounds iffy.
Mm-hmm.
I think he might be trying to gauge the interest level of a artificer getting it.
No, I have other things I want to. It's a little bit I want to talk to you about, and it's you don't really need to talk
He
about it
wants
right
to
here, right
be
now.
all secret with you,
How
miser.
about if it isn't telepathy, it's still going to be a different feat anyways, is the goal.
That's fine. Yeah, telepathic is something I'd want to talk to you before we went down that route.
Alright. So don't choose telepathic right now or just wait until I have the conversation.
It's up to you.
I got a week. It is... It's also 10 o'clock. 11 o'clock, not 10 o'clock.
What is time?
What is love? Baby, don't hurt me.
Larry and I have been
Hurt
discussing
me.
what a musical evening it is.
Yes.
Actually, you've got 2 weeks because or unless
No.
we're running without Bex.
We're
Yeah,
running
I'm out
without
next
Bex.
week.
If Bex is the
Okay.
only person out, we're gonna run.
Okay.
If we have more than half the people, which I mean, with an odd group is always funny, then we will run.
We're running.
What's
Please don't put my soul into a gem and then turn me into a lich again.
I mean, I've already used that trope. I have to use a different one.
And now
Or
she'll
not.
turn into a pumpkin instead of Matthias.
Oh, wow. Hey, Silent.
What?
Do not set out on this quest with the expectation that you will succeed at first try. Your betters have gone before you and fallen to the last. Yet do set out and strive. Learn what you can, and when you fail and your light is extinguished forever, despair not, for many more answer the call each day.
Okay.
What was that?
For the king.
that
Huh.
a feat?